And there we are.
Wow,
Yeah, haven't waited for the unexpected. Well, here we are. Welcome. Side by 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 side. Did I get all 8 of them in? I think so. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, first of all, apologize. Would have loved to put all your names at by all your cameras. We just don't know well enough how to do that. I probably should stop moving because apparently that's doing that, and that's okay. Listen, first time for everything, and this is it. Welcome to the Roundtable. I think we're calling it this time. Next time we'll figure out something better. Yeah. Okay. We can go around. Normally we kind of do a little bit of rambling before we do anything, but we can go around and introduce if we want. For those that don't know anybody, start anywhere we want. How about you, Wiener?
Wiener, hey, everybody, I'm from New Breed Airsoft, Rob Wiener. Good to meet y'all.
I'm Sisu.
There we go. Just two. Okay. All right.
Bubba Patnode, Task Force Raven out of New England.
There we go. Papa from Den Outfitters, welcome to the end of Airsoft.
Joker from Players One at Airsoft.
Nick, Operations Manager, Third Coast Airsoft.
Sal, Chief Operations, Third Coast Airsoft.
Kevin Walker, CRISPR, TDZ, and Operation Law Involved.
Are you trying to catch up to Yordi with all his 17 call signs?
Oh, isn't that
No. Yordi's got Smash. He's got heavy hands. He's got battery.
Let me just do a quick PSA. Hey, if you guys are watching in here, even though this is a live stream, it's an interactive live, so you can really help us out by go ahead and sharing it out to all your friends and family and like that stream. And if you haven't followed any one of us, please do so now. Back to you, sir.
You're so much better at that than I am. I'm terrible at promotion. So obviously the idea behind this, we're all here. We're here on a Wednesday, which is thank you very much for having us, Sal. It's absolutely fantastic. Getting to get out here and having everybody together to do this. First opportunity we've had in-house, everybody together, ask the questions you want to ask, get the answers you didn't want to get, and let's see what we can do about this. There's a lot of opinions out there, a lot of things. Stick asked earlier before we came on, why is he here?
Still wondering.
Because he's Nick.
Listen, you have answers that are actually well thought out, as opposed to some people who open their mouth and words just tumble. And yes.
I'm so sorry.
That's why you're next to me. It's okay. So again, it usually takes about 5 minutes or so. People catch on, catch up, do that. So we just kind of ramble a little bit. But Sal, where are we right now?
First, I'd like to thank they brought the heads of all the families. No, we are currently at Guardian Center here in Perry, Georgia, getting ready for Serious Viking 7. We're actually supporting Guardian Center's promo film. So huge thank you to everyone that came out early to do the role playing. It promises to be an awesome time. Just wanted to see the AO in a completely different light. And like I was talking to the guys and gals before, the team building aspect.
You mean like Wiener? What is see him in a different? Are we seeing Wiener in a different light?
That probably is. That's exactly what's going on. Because that's one eye talking up there. He's older than I am. So yeah.
Hardly thought possible, but yes, I believe you. That's
He'll deny it.
yeah. Wiener, welcome both your new hips. Thank you for being here.
Right, the hips, knees, shoulders, all
that. So thank you very much. I'll throw my little PSA out there. Look, be on the lookout when you see the promo video for the juggling bear. That's all I'm giving. Listen, the rest of you get to show your faces. I'm there's just going to be a juggling bear. That's all I'm saying. And
every time you turn your head, the main screen moves. Just saying.
Does it? I got to sit like this now. That's terrible. That's not me at all.
Okay, though he's sitting underneath his sign, so that's even better.
That's okay. We just took Kevin completely out of the main center picture.
How did that even move? Right?
If you two had switched seats, we wouldn't have to see Mark's face. We'd be okay.
It'll be all right. We'll figure it out. I mean, yeah. Can I do that? Will it move again? It didn't move that time. All right. Right. So with that in mind, all right. So wow. Okay. right. So, we kicked around some topics beforehand, some stuff that we wanted to address, some things we wanted to talk about. Definitely, leaning towards the future of the sport and hobby, where it's come, where it is, and where it should go, not just where it is going, where it definitely should go. And Snake, how to get it there?
Oh, see? I'm that guy.
What you have been, so, who's been playing longest? Probably you, right?
Let's see. I started in the year of our Lord, 1998.
1998. Here, that was a couple of. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was draw them along. Let them know.
Hey, sir, tell me what the dinosaurs are.
Yes. Springers.
Throw these at people?
Lots of springers. Yes. A friend of ours came down to the Coast Guard Academy and had this plastic army electric M4, and we were all playing renegade paintball out in the woods, and we were like, "What is that?" And it's an airsoft gun. We're like, "What? Huh?" And he shot one of us with it, and we were like, "Cool."
Gotta have it.
And next thing you know, we're going to like tapco.com and MFIAP and some weird store out of Atlanta, which we'll talk about later. And we start buying airsoft guns. And next thing you know, we're running around a college campus playing airsoft. Go iPro. And so off the races, right? And then flash forward a few years later, 2005, go to this thing called Lion Claws, Irene out at Zussman. They're at freaking Fort Knox. And
John Lou.
John Lou, man, the
Lou,
godfather of airsoft, right? And holy cow. Like this is wow. This is bigger than anything I showed up. I had a plastic fantastic, M83 M4 that screwed together and snapped together, and the guy's like, "Hey, you don't want to play with that. Come over here and use this." Like, oh, okay. And dude,
Question about that one. I got to ask because we actually talked about this on the write up. Ryan had no idea that this was a thing. Was the battery the magazine?
one of the guns, the battery was the magazine.
Some people don't know about that.
Yeah.
You filled up the fake optic with the BB.
Yes,
And the battery was the
yes.
magazine. Yep.
No, I think
You guys
Clad-
start doing that?
So raise your hands. How many people bought their first airsoft gun and then went like, I need to buy something else now?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
My first one was Jaguar.
You're like, oh, this is the best thing possible. You get it. It's like, okay. And then somebody goes, this is like, ooh, drop that.
Yeah. And so came back from a deployment in 09 and went home to teach. And I ran into one of our old college friends and said, "Hey man, let's start hosting games." You know, in 2009 we started hosting. We hosted our first Starburst in 09, and nobody had ever seen that. You know, other than going to like Lion Claws or other games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. And then running into guys like Bubba, you know, doing Starburst down in Texas, where you were a youngin' in the Air Force.
I care. That's not true.
You
were born
Got a couple away.
Yeah.
So wait, so if you were 1990, who else was anybody else?
No.
And I was 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2003 in the middle of the woods in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I'm the baby of the group.
I think so.
2018.
Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know when I jumped in, it was all in. And my child back there is one that got me into it. And then 3 months later, she's like, I'm out.
And you're addicted.
Oh,
Yeah.
my wife
Hey,
says,
ladies, yeah.
my wife goes, how was it? It was fantastic. And she goes,
First year.
crap, rip the bank account. I bought
You just
9
gotta pull
guns.
it out a little bit, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
again?
yeah.
If Wiener doesn't say his first year at Airsoft ends in BC, he's lying.
Let me know first year in paintball. Airsoft was 2012.
Yeah.
I
So
love
2012
Chevys back in my day.
Wait, if he doesn't say his first year ended up in crutches, he's also full of
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
That's happened.
But
once
that was
or
happening, not my first
several.
year. That was my second year. Well, actually, it was the first year in Milsim, doing Milsims. And it was, believe it or not, it was a TCA event.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Each time-
Stepping off for the tier 1, as a matter of fact.
That's right,
You
exactly. My
stepped right
first and
off.
last. And actually, it was my first and last tier one up until the last event when we did the
Yeah.
board.
When you talk about he stepped off, he
I
definitely
stepped
stepped
off
off.
that, stepped right off that culvert, went in the culvert, broke my leg as I went down. Yep.
Each time he sees it, it's
Stuck
like
around, though.
We will.
he starts limping a little bit.
We will definitely come across it because I know probably at least half the people here have had some kind of injury. Definitely had some kind of injury.
I never slid into
Oh,
a wall.
yeah,
No,
twice.
never exposed bone, nothing like that. Absolutely not.
Stitches.
We'll definitely,
Stitches.
definitely come to that. Yeah.
I'm that old.
Teeth getting shot out. Yeah.
He just shot out. Oh,
Yeah.
I was, yeah,
Yeah.
yep, I was there for that one.
I've had BBs surgically removed from my face. Yeah.
Oh.
Good times. Good times.
You're still doing it.
Yeah.
So eyebrow was a great invention.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Dom and I started playing in 2013, 2012, 2013, something like that. And we got took a play against Romans and Jesus. You're younger than I am, though. What does that mean about me?
Wait, I'm not the youngest at the table, but I'm definitely. I'm 49.
No, oh no, you're no.
I'm not the youngest.
Everybody's eyes.
I know.
And you don't have nearly enough pain on your face.
Hard-
That's
hard
how
miles.
it-
Hard
Yeah.
miles.
Third mile.
Their mileage has to go somewhere.
That's why you used to have hair.
Is there a way to turn off that?
Yeah, I did. It keeps jumping.
And
back
it said,
on.
it
Yeah.
said, we're gonna show us
Good
everybody
Lord,
what-
stop. My God. All right. So yeah. So it happens. Whatever. It happens. I'm just gonna stop moving my hands. So
why do you think my hands have been like in this position?
So in the 75 years that you've been playing, there's been advancements between iPro and obviously the guns, the replicas.
Yep.
You know,
The D-Hop barrel.
That's where all your market
Way
today.
to go.
Pyros.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, you go
I
back.
was- thank you.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
get right over that.
Yeah. Root this- this-
Yeah. I do remember the first grenade that I ever saw was literally an Easter egg with a firecracker in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that can't be safe. As I'm seeing it through my vented goggles, though. Yeah, obviously can't be safe.
My first grenade, I was like, "What's that?" at my feet, and then kabam! It was a
Yeah.
Thunderbeam grenade.
And it all started with Thunderbees.
Yeah.
Thunderbees.
Thunderbees,
Oh,
yep.
it was a Thunderbeam. I'm not tagging
Yeah.
Thunderbeam.
And then you learned how to wrap electrical tape around a Thunderbee to make it take a little bit longer to blow and make it a little bit louder.
Don't
Why are you
forget-
looking at me?
I'm looking at Snake. I'm looking at Snake.
Don't forget that.
I know Snake pioneered that one.
Don't forget the dime that you
At
can
the
put
Yep.
in there.
Yep, when
Why is this bad idea theater?
because it is.
I remember putting baby powder in mine and
Oh.
had them in my dump pouch, and I leaned down to medic a guy, and it pulled the pin and went off. I just saw his white powder come up over my head and killed everybody in the area.
You deserved every little bit of that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
from Cairo, I mean, there's one question I got for the man himself.
I figured out why Bale was killing me here. He's like, you get shorter with age. You must be super old. Now apparently I was 6'6", and someone.
ChatGPT the man.
Hey, you wash yourself in cold water. I don't know.
I heard that. I heard you in your younger days. They had to douse you in cold water just
Yeah,
because.
yeah. Take me out, try to stretch me back out. That doesn't work.
We'll bring you to Willy Wonka's taffy puller.
So, hold on now. Wait a minute.
Taffy puller.
I don't know if this is an adult ride. I'm just asking.
Anyways, back to the man himself.
Yeah.
Are they allowed to add anything into the Thunderbees or anything else to have a greater effect? Like, especially when it comes to launchables, the only thing that should be inside of them is the chalk that's packed in them, right? Not fucking glitter.
So Lord Jesus,
Or
this
Skittles.
is Airsoft Roundtable. We're gonna be here for a while. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask anybody here, by all means, please throw it in the chat. We're kind of going through some history right now. We're gonna be having some serious conversation, maybe. Definitely some ridiculous conversation, which has already started. What about Thunder Devils, by the way? Though they are designed for BBs.
Yeah, they are, and that's fine. You can do that. That's what they're meant for.
That's what I-
It's like the Claymore. You could load Claymore, the BBs in front of the little hole in front of the Claymore, if you could ever get the damn thing to stay together.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, but no, man. One guy was making little homemade firecracker bombs out of the eggs and sawdust. And I went,
And sawdust.
yes. I went,
Whoa, okay.
"Ew."
Yeah. So a little bit of
Pyro
napalm
effect.
then.
Yeah. I was like, nice try,
It's
no.
not nice.
Christopher Rodriguez says hi.
Oh, that-
So many old people in
Hey,
here.
hey.
oh, that's the
Brad
beef.
Beaver.
That's the
and
beef.
Steve.
Yeah, he's gonna be here.
You know,
Except for Chris, where he's a stud.
he's being awful lippy.
Let me-
But I guess to bring the whoa, to bring the round table back to the round table.
Better.
I
Feel
think
wonderful.
what got me really hooked
Peter
in
Pan.
airsoft was that Irene in '05 when I saw they had vehicles. You didn't have any of that before. I'd never seen that before, and you had two factions, very mission oriented. Yeah, it had us hooked. And so when we did our first event, we brought our own version of the stacking cups. You know, put your color cup on top of the other, and that was the first objective of Third Coast Airsoft.
Oh wow.
And so guys had never seen that. We're like putting objectives in like crossroads and a little village. And, everybody's like, all right, awesome. And then we move them. But it was really just a stacking color. Like put your color on top of the other guy's bin. And we've seen some event producers still do it that way. And it's like, okay, that's like 19 years old, but it still gets after it. It still gets after that mission focus. The challenge is getting players,
Raise the flag. Swap the
yes,
flag. Yeah. Yeah.
getting players bought in. Yeah,
So Irene was your first.
first big
Christopher,
one. Yeah,
Christopher what was your
Man, so I got into airsoft a little late also. So my first technical mill sim, and I'm going to use that term so loosely. Snick was there at this one too. It was March 2016 in a Nike missile plant in Burlington, North Carolina. I can't even think of the name of the real event because it got labeled Op Blind Man. Just off the top of my head, there was a broken hip, a guy that fell through a hole, pelvis, multiple other things. But anywho, I paid. I can't remember what that ticket was. It might have been $85.
Yeah, it was close.
But there was over 600 people there, and it was just a big crap show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so I'm like, why am I paying all this money when I can pay $15 and just go play on Saturday at my local field and have fun? Well, fast forward 3 years, and this man Snick was buying an EBR M14 from me,
shame on you?
and
He was selling.
he, I'm not going to say beg, but he strongly recommended I come out to this event called Stonebreaker 2019. That he was getting involved with this TCA people that I had never heard of. And anyway, since then, it's been freaking TCA and mill sims left and right ever since.
That's
we hear
fantastic.
that a lot, by the way. Never heard of you guys. Yeah, we know. We hear that a lot. And we got a huge compliment. About what 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Your John Lou's like, you're the second oldest event producer in the nation after Lion Club. And I went, holy cow!
He brought it to us.
He brought it to our attention, and that was high compliment, man. I was like, wow, because we've seen a lot come and go.
Jesus.
We were talking about Overwatch tactics. Bill Soto, who put on some great, Conquest Avalon. Big shout out to Bill. I know he's probably not watching this, but great events.
Ask he doesn't get.
But yeah, the production value, I think, was the spark. How real can we make it? Coach, my younger brother, started Tier 1 since 2016, January of 16. I can't believe we've been doing those for 10 years. And I can't believe we used to do Tier 1s on Friday nights and a Tier 1 on Saturday. And I was like, oh my God, we're so tired. But we were on the gas back then. Now we only come on Fridays. And people would always compare them to another company that would do theirs. And it was like, ours is completely different. We're trying to give a glimpse of our experience, our military experience, our background, just to flash in the pan, so to speak, to shock players. And why can't you do a whole event like this? We're like,
Staff attrition.
yeah.
So, keeping in the Snake. What about you? What was your first?
Was actually it was we'll call it a Milsim event at a local field, which really got me into wanting to work.
Mhm.
My first major event was Red Thunder. I think it was out there community
and decisions in North Carolina, the mountains.
the whole Folda Gap every year.
Oh, okay.
So I went to that event and then followed right up with a Folda Gap, and then it was like I wanted more. So I started looking into the Lions Claw. I started looking into Third Coast, all these other event producers, and just jumping on board and getting out and playing. My first national level event, I would have to admit, was probably Stonebreaker.
Really?
Stonebreaker 2. Stonebreaker 2 it was the second Stonebreaker that was hosted by Third Coast at GDI. So I was a player back then. But even getting into it and wanting more and more and more, like I bring more milk. But yeah, so I guess it would have been my first major event would have been Third Coast Stonebreaker 2.
Nice.
So yeah,
And then
it's been on. And then eventually, what got me into it even more is being a 19 Delta in service. I was attached to Humvee. So when we came here to the Guardian Center for a John Luke production, it was in Irene. I can't remember what year it was, but Sam Scotty from Airsoft Junkies, I was kind of attached to them as a dismount on the Humvee, going around the city, shit that I've done, OPCs. So, I was getting that. I was getting the build in the simulation, and then you bring me up to the hunter. And that's where that's where I was. So, my softy became real hard, real quick.
Family show.
I didn't need a little blue pill, I was getting it.
He's got 9 more followers. That's weird.
It's live, sir.
We're on social media, okay? It's worse from worse people. All right. So, when I climbed up in the turret of that Humvee, it was over. Yeah. It brought everything here.
And I want to. You said something. I definitely want to come back to that because we're going to talk about only not even half of the panel is maybe just half the panel is prior service, and that's something a lot of questions we get all the time. But I want to come back around to that. But what do you got?
Oh, me? My first event?
Mm-hmm.
My first event is when, unfortunately, when I met this guy over here. It was at Homeland 2.
Tuesday or something.
That was followed up quickly, became a string of events back to back to back. So I guess the first time I met almost everybody here at the table, or at least this side, was at Stonebreaker 2019. I brought up Goldenrod, got yelled at because I asked questions. I was told 4 different answers from 4 different admins, and then I started getting yelled at. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm a transport only." I asked the question, and I was told it's okay. And the rules changed, which was great. But that was an expensive 2019. I did 29 national events all across the country.
Call it an addiction, sir.
Yeah.
My wife called it, "Where's the bank account?"
Yeah.
But it was one of the things that's like, except for these two over here in SNCC, I have everybody's number. And there's multiple times where it's just like, all right, I'm doing a long drive from Florida to Pennsylvania going to my new AO. And it's like, I'm going to call somebody. Let me see, who can I call? Oh, Kevin will talk for an hour, even though he says I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to work.
Normally when you catch me driving on my hour-and-a-half commute, I'm staring at a windshield. Those long phone calls aren't an issue.
Colt, we'll ask that one. We'll get to that one, Colt. We'll get to that one.
So when I showed up to the TCA event, we went to one event and we were like sorely disappointed. But when we went to Stonebreaker the first time, and that was like the same year that you're at GTI three times in 1 year.
Yeah.
But when we showed up there, it's like all of a sudden that little bird went flying by, and I was like, I'm going in that. And it just changed the entire dynamic. And then when I started running events myself, you guys were one of the things that we always strive to be, but we call it chill sim. So a little bit less bringing the experience, but also the fun aspects to it, lower impact. And somebody goes, "What are you trying to be like TCA?" I was like, "I'm TCA with this guy on wish.com." Still fun, still good. But the biggest thing about this entire community is the awesome friendships that you meet. And if you need somebody, you can just simply do a call or anything. Don't need to talk for months on end. And it's like, hey, as if you never.
And like I've always said, we're players first.
Yep.
Yeah.
you guys truly took that on. 'Cause you started off as a playing organization. You guys out in Florida,
Right.
where we're players first, just like Third Coast. And we started off like a motorcycle gang. We had chapters. And a friend of mine, his family lived in Florida. They started a Third Coast chapter there. We had a guy stationed in Barksdale, Mississippi, guys in Texas. So we were like, all right, let's have a common rule set. And we borrowed from American Airsoft Association. They're gone, by the way. And so we borrowed from another organization that had a very good track record. A3, American Airsoft Association, actually got Airsoft recognized by the President's Council on Fitness.
Oh, wow.
Actually made the top 50 go outside events. So we used their rule set for a long time, and then we started tweaking it because some things just weren't evolving with the times. But yeah, man.
And that's interesting because Wiener and I had the opportunity last year to go to Denmark. We got invited by the Danes that we met at Miami Airsoft, and they brought us out there. And then, of course, poor timing, the two friends that brought us there let us stay in their summer cottage while they came back to the States. It was Texas. So when we went around and did all this stuff, it was kind of interesting seeing just the different dynamics between U.S. Airsoft and Danish or European Airsoft.
Yep.
So
UK, it is completely different.
yeah,
Yep.
like
It was so much fun, too.
it was a lot of fun.
People
And
met.
they were not ready for us. Like they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, unlimited respawns, right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go die. Wait, what? I'm gonna run up and be hit. I don't care. That's my goal.
That's attack.
That's the objective. Let's go.
Yep.
And then of course also we didn't realize like the time how the sun just stays in the sky for a lot longer. Are we running another game? No, it's late. It's like, what time is it? Holy shit, it's 10 o'clock.
It's still late out.
Nice. I started with him actually. Yeah, Doomsday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doomsday Airsoft.
Overwatch. Tom actually went to one before I did. I actually sent him with Shepard because I couldn't go. I had to work, and I trusted this guy. He had 7 kids. I definitely trust him with kids. And he knows how to make them. I don't know. He knows how to keep, but he knows how to make them. You always trust the fat chef, right? So Tom went. He went to Overwatch 3, and then Overwatch 4. I went out there, and I was like, this is really crazy. As I'm running with no dump pouch and a high cap magazine, and I had no idea what I was getting into, none whatsoever. Nobody called me out for it except for my own son, who berated me the entire time. But besides the point, whatever. And then Northern Watch was the first time because I think because Northern Watch came next, and then Overwatch 5. And that was the first time I actually got engaged with like the Humvee and Sam and like all that all up at Raptor. Yep.
I know the one. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a fun experience.
Yeah, that was. I think it was the first time I saw Ann's whip a deck of cards at somebody.
Yeah, she winged that. Yeah, about 2 people's heads
Oh
off.
yeah.
That's when she discovered Dad's stash with the smoking grenades too.
But
that
it
was Homeland 2.
That was Homeland 2.
That
Okay.
was Homeland 2. Somebody, some child of mine, burned through 300 smoke grenades before the game even started.
Yeah.
be more specific.
Hey, no comments from the peanut gallery.
So yeah, that was.
Well, you're gonna get the orange.
That was.
No, like Northern Watch. That was. You want to talk about interesting games? That's like maybe Sal or even you. Oh, you're still going around the table for the number.
It's-
It's a good topic to bring up.
Hey, Papa, I did have one question.
Yes, sir.
That first game with your high cap, was it a wheelie spin?
Oh,
or
yeah,
was
but-
it an actual
No, it
spin?
wasn't a flash mag. It was
You didn't have-
not a flash mag. We do have still have some flash mags though. And after like 4 pulls, they're like, but it doesn't go back anymore, and it's just dangling. You're like, oh. It was no, it was. I'm just running it, and you're as I'm running across.
Tactical Mirage.
know.
Maracas, I like
Yeah.
that.
Fast forward 10 years, whatever it's been. I don't even play pickup games anymore. I've never played my own arena. I only go to milsims. I don't enjoy anything else. I only probably 4 very similar, except I was a tanker in the army. Right? So I get to be just so dumb on the ground because I don't know what I'm doing. Right? That's my favorite part about. I used to run.
We used to call those DACs in service.
I'll thank you. We are CDATs now.
Oh,
Thank you.
CDATs.
Computerized, dumbass tankers. Thank you very much.
The best,
Um,
best part.
Graduated.
I remember the best part ever. There he goes, hammer on his back.
Just here.
Just walking like a boss. Everybody just looked at him and went, "There he, that Papa. He's just follow that man.
That's right.
Follow him."
Like that scene
And
with
there's a
James
and there's a
in the river.
yes.
Oh, there's a video.
of him just
Oh, yeah.
Freddie,
galloping.
Freddie,
Yeah.
and Freddie made the bet. That's the only reason I appreciate the videos, not because it's me. And he added the Leroy Jenkins to it.
Yes.
It's the funniest thing in the world.
Yes.
Absolutely funniest thing in the world. I remember when you first saw the hammer. By the way, I'm walking down the hall and look at me, and I'm holding it. I'm like, I get it. So I'm struggling with it. He's like, "What are you doing with a sledgehammer?" And I go, like that. He goes, "It's a sledgehammer." And
I
he's
was
like,
like, "Oh, that's good. That's good."
but no, it was like I absolutely love it. I love it. It used to just be dumb. I used to run with CZ61s that like they shot me 28 feet. They would hit. I'm throwing BBs out of them like the whole. But I got to run everywhere I went. All the stuff you didn't do in tanks, I got to
Yeah.
like, and I got to live. Get shot, run back. There it was. And now it's changed a little bit. You get a little more into it, a little more immersed, more pretend hard, and yep. Yeah, that was fantastic. So
Let me do another team.
go ahead.
All right, everybody. This is going to be a new thing that happens inside of lives because it's actually needed. Remember, this is not a radio show; it's actually an interactive live. We need you all to do us a favor. Go ahead and tap that like. Go ahead and share it out to everybody. Let's get it out there. If you guys have any sort of what is it? The stars on Facebook. Go ahead and hit those up too. So it
Stars?
actually,
There's
that's
stars?
stars. It's
Really?
actually called stars. That's the TikTok equivalent of gifts, and we're not on TikTok. We're
What?
not on
Oh,
TikTok.
okay.
Knock
When
it out.
you-
This is where the
I'm on
Asian-
another 3-day suspension.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nigel. By the way, I appreciate that.
So-
Hi, Lori.
If you guys can share this out as much as you possibly can, it really does help. And
Brad's sucking up now.
So my first milsim was at what we call the birthplace of milsim in the Northeast. And it was at Colton up in Massachusetts. And the Battle for the Colton series in 2005, right? Very green versus tan, very like Black Army spoken versus always.
Yeah.
Everyone's just not studying, we'll hope for the best, right? A year later, I'm in the at the Air Force Academy and bringing together a core of knuckle dragon cadets who go, we can make this a thing, let's do this, right? So we go out to a thing called Top Blood Strike on the Colorado border, Colorado-Wyoming border, do a regional event there, and we go, we're doing this twice a year. We're going out to milsims twice a year.
Oh wow.
The first milsim event we go to, outside of that, we brought 20 cadets down and we went to night 14-2. And that was the year in Fort Walter, Texas,
Yes. Mineral Wells.
where it snowed the night before the game started. So we're all out there in 3-color DCU and 6-color DCU thinking it's hot. So sliding through snow in North Texas. In Texas, so this sucks in the best way possible.
give us a limited size in the heart.
Well, yeah.
So that from there, I was hooked, and thankfully I got to hook up with Sal after I graduated, and we started doing stuff down in Corpus.
Yep.
Getting outside of San Antonio, doing some insurgency weirdness. And was that the first game?
I think
helicopter?
that was Operation Just Revenge.
Just Revenge.
And that was in Hardwood.
And I was totally distrusted by you in that event. I remember.
Yeah.
I recall
We were the insurgents, so
That's right.
yeah.
I'll ask Johnny. That's my guy. He missed out on getting a ticket. Are there any tickets left for the helicopter?
No.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, full out.
Here,
There
at
you go.
Guardian Center. When those things go live, it's like bye.
Yeah.
They're going to be going
And-
bye.
Cole asked that, so we'll definitely come back to that as well. Absolutely, we're gonna come back. To
Yeah, we'll definitely ask. Yeah,
But,
just ask a good question about position locator tracking tools like TAC and Aries. We'll talk about that.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Sisu, when did you get started in this madness?
Why? Well, so way back when I got dragged into this fight, as many of us are. So that was way back in 2003. So I went a couple times, freezing my ass off in clothing that was, like 4 sizes too big for me. Was again the
That'll
and then it's like college and life and everything. But when I moved to Oklahoma, we were playing 2 days, all weekend. And in Oklahoma, the airsoft scene is pretty great.
Yeah.
So we had a big outdoor
Alright.
field. It was
Where's
fantastic.
little dude that plays in my arena.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then on Sundays, we would go to the old slaughterhouse, and it was so much fun because you could. I mean, it was like a festival of world. I mean, you could think strategically, you all these young kids out, in the middle of Oklahoma woods, and then the next day it was like rock and roll, CQB, like just slamming through the area.
Hi,
But
sport.
it was so fun. It was so fun.
He's waiting for me to say it.
My first big game, my first actual no, was Broken Home 2.
Yes.
Broken Home 2 was my very first one. Oh boy, I was very prepared for that. I mean, but it was so much fun though. Like
I've never been so covered by ticks after that game.
but for me, it's like it absolutely scratches a different part of my brain, and it's not something.
That was the tick.
Yeah, and for a lot of women, yeah, the tick. Yeah. But for a lot of women, like this is not a very
Yeah.
female, important sport. It just isn't. Or hobby, or whatever you want to call it. It's hobby.
I remember that was a big thing.
Spobby. I never heard that one.
Hobby.
Yeah, sport or hobby, it says, but I've never heard that one. Yeah, okay.
Actually, Niall might know that one. But and that's why it's trying to get women to come in and at least try it. Try it a couple times. Like only the first time maybe just because it's like a very new thing, but it is so much fun. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
No,
fine.
he's
Go ahead.
like-
Like you're about to explode.
No, okay.
But yeah, so and then
Phrasing. It's all
thankfully-
phrasing.
You're welcome. My gift. Thankfully along the way, there's been a lot of people that have been willing to, say, hey, sister, this looks like something you enjoy. Would you want to try this? You want to try this? You want to try
Yeah.
this? So every time it's like, okay, we'll push the envelope a little bit more. Push the envelope a little bit more. And it's like, I'm happy to keep breaking ceilings. Boy, it's fun. And I want women to try this, Okay.
All right, now back to Sal.
Wiener, please, man.
Please.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Go for it.
So Captain Newbreed, yes. So back in 2012 was when I got into airsoft, playing the field in Orlando, and then we moved slowly. We decided, hey, there's something better going on. We were playing indoors forever at this one field, and we saw Milsim was a thing, like 2016.
Yep.
I was like, holy smokes! So my very first Milsim event, which got me hooked even further into where I'm at today, was, believe it or not, an AMS event. It was Iron Horse here.
Yeah.
So this was like a bucket list too, because when we started looking around all the different AOs and people were playing at, this was like one major bucket list. So, what's
All right, no,
comments?
the breed owner is old. Thank you, Brad.
Now Brad will be here and he'll be on my side, but there's always that slip up, which I'm good at. I know he'd be in the back of the truck. That's correct.
There's potholes
But I will
everywhere.
tell you, it's a great transition.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about before we all got into it.
Well, least amount of time.
Put us back on track.
But no, this will go back to this goes back to you directly. What I loved about Doomsday and Overwatch, because I went to every single Overwatch.
Yep.
Me and Sam, we went down to the first
Yeah,
one.
it's funny because that's when I started. Was over after here, with MS. It was Overwatch. I found
Doomsday.
Yeah.
Doomsday down South Florida.
Yeah,
the prison, and that's where I met you guys.
we came down just to go and have a good time, and it was AMS isn't here.
Right.
Right. Coast is here. And it's like, who are you guys? We get that a lot. So we
Not anymore.
Yeah, we were.
And so that's when we met Airborne Tactical Training Solutions, Paul. In the
Oh, yeah,
Hilo.
because we brought the first
So,
helicopter.
Going back to the first
Oh, ask a question.
Yeah.
And that was 2016 when
Yep.
we got to know you guys.
Chris Pepin and
You guys, Pepin had introduced us to Paul.
Right.
And Paul's like, who are you guys? Yeah, we get that a lot. So we were like, hey, you should come. Let's figure something out.
Right.
And we brought him up to Stonebreaker in 16, and he liked working with us. We liked working with him. And next thing you know, we're here at Guardian. We're at Huey in 17. And it's been Hilo operations been our
Oh.
thing.
What?
And so that's to answer Cole's question. 16 was our first year having the Hilo. But what I loved about Doomsday is how quickly you guys evolved Overwatch.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
Overwatch made all the way to Overwatch 5.
yeah, and it just kept more mil. First, it was like, well, we want them to. You can bring 2 high caps with you. As many high caps as you want. And for us older guys, we're like, bitch, fuck it. You know, we're like, leave those, leave those maracas at the house. And then you saw the player base evolve quickly.
Yep.
Mission oriented, less team deathmatch. You know, I think I commanded the last 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, 2 or 3 there. I was your main admin for the tan side.
Yeah.
So that's how I got introduced.
That shows a lot of writing of the game, right? Tiny wrote the shit out of them games.
Yes.
Right. Write the game, give it backstory, let them know why they're there, and then give them something to do. It's not just force on force, not just guys trying to blast each other in the face.
Oh yeah, rescue
Give them something to do, and they will actually come out and play, and they did, and then you guys do it. There's
That's the problem solving thing. That's what got me.
Yeah,
Yes.
Was the problem solving.
Yes.
Like I can force on force all day, sure, fine, whatever. But like, you give me something to unravel, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like what we do now. I started out as all the cool AOs. Let's go to the cool AOs, and it was actually TCA event at GTI, where it's mission based, and that's the way it's been.
Mhm.
Like for me, it was back then mission based all the way, and I don't care about the AOs. I mean, granted, the AOs are cool, but you get mission based, and you meet more people that way, and you're involved in command, and it's just that's kind of what I've been doing with New Breed Airsoft, where I started that 2 years ago. And New Breed Airsoft was to bring those airsoft players up to the Milsim levels. When they go, they don't have deer in the headlights when they show up and go, oh my god. Exactly what it was. That's what it was for me when my first Milsim event. So we needed something like that. That's why I'm now running New Breed Airsoft.
Progression is amazing in Airsoft. Everybody here, most everybody here actually has formed a company or joined a company from becoming a player.
You and your company, you're welcome.
You guys suck. You know what? I should shut this down right now because this is where
That's right.
on your damn screen. It's stupid. You opened up a store. Man.
Am I wrong? No, I wasn't fucking wrong. That was right.
30,000 square feet later. Thanks for that.
Somebody's
Oh, God.
Talk to me into doing the
It
story.
was, but I mean, that's how much. And as you were saying, it goes. It's almost you went from I'll just take a little hit, just a little hit, and then your main line, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna start selling this stuff.
I didn't really put it like that.
I heard. That's how I heard it. That's all.
Okay.
That's exactly what I heard.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a real good question from Cole.
I just want to point out something that Sal said. It's the problem solving, right? We were at one of the Stonebreakers, and Green was trapped on what they were calling the bad spawn, and we're trapped outside.
I think it was Iron Fury, matter of fact. It was
No,
the
it was-
one Iron Fury that we did at GTI.
Yes.
And it was we
Yeah,
were
that's-
stuck outside. And then Sal goes, figure it the fuck out. And he comes out pissed, right? I said one thing. I was like, man, I wish we had another entry point to Sam. Big mistake. Never do that. Because Sal's going to come out, throw his fucking Gatorade, and start yelling. And he goes, why the hell would you say that? I was like, I got out. I just wished for another. He goes, you can go here. I was like, oh, and it was like, that's the figure out part. And that's when I learned GTI to such an effective way is that sometimes when you're in these games, you have to think outside the damn box.
Yeah.
Like one of those same games in the night game, we had all these tan dudes that were, or green dudes that were just stacked up along the side, and you were going so slow. Here's me. I just walked right past them. They go, somebody's in the door. I kick open the door, shoot 2 guys, kick it shut, and then they were grenaded in. And next thing you know, you see the headlights coming up over the hill from the Humvee. They stayed, and I'm kind of like down in Donald Duck, running away. So you don't have to be tactical. You can just play and have fun and do stuff. Now we have the medic bags. So, it's an unlimited respawn game. You can always get back into the fight. Remember that. Now, if it's a one respawn game, okay, be careful, but fuck it.
So the interesting piece about our games, going back to what Colt said, is technology, right?
Yep.
And you said it back in 24. You guys were just bringing it. 24, 25, we really opened up the aperture because the player base was ready for it.
Yes.
You know, me and Bubba, we talked hours about how do we drag the players into the
Mhm.
combat sim. You know, big big shout out to Dave Cardenas over at Centurion for coining that phrase. Sal, we do combat simulation.
Mhm.
And I went, oh wow, dude, you're absolutely right. That's what we do. So combat simulation meant we can bring much more. The medic bags, getting them to stay in a unit and regen forward. Okay. How many hours do we agonize over objective placement?
Hours.
I mean,
Hours. Countless.
it's we've been to GTI, counting all the events. We've been there about 17 times with all our events there, and no two events have ever been the same.
That and don't stop there. I want to interject something that gets overlooked that a lot of people don't respect is setting up a game is not just setting up a game. I've run a couple of events. I had Tucon, he was my game writer. He absolutely you can have a great idea. Be like, yo, this would be awesome. Okay, that's the theme. Now how do you do it? Huh? No, there's more to it than just be like, tell them to go find that rock. No, there's so much more to
Right.
figuring things out. Find a key to open a box. That box, when you open that box, put the code in. That code gets in, then defend the code. Well, that's just one objective.
Right.
How do you keep that going for 36 hours? How do you keep guys 5 evos? That's how companies stay alive. That's how that occurs.
And we talked about Thunderdome. Your the mall games there in Raleigh, Durham. You know, how many times we talked about first one was like Grand Theft Auto in a mall. I mean that was awesome. And then the next one we had
The Battle of the Y.
yeah, like the Battle of the Y.
Yep.
You guys
Definitely evolved every
yeah.
single
the RFID
6 of
cards.
them, yeah.
Jesus man.
more Tucon cool stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and it's fun that you guys are like, especially with all the technology, and this is gonna lead into that question too. You can introduce all the technology in the world, and of course, tomorrow you can't make it train
Mhm.
thing.
Player
So-
buy-in.
So and exactly. So if I'm doing DEO stuff like I've done in New England and everything, and even when I used to do all the combat controller stuff, it's one of those things where you look at this group of people that are standing in front of you, they're expecting you to give them a great weekend. But at the same time, you have to remind them, you spent the money to be here. I can show you the door, but you have to walk through it. You have to keep coming through it. It's not just I got pissed off because this one person did this thing.
Or what- yeah.
I'm gonna rage quit. Okay, take your little quit bit, have a snack, and then come back and play that. And then, you spend the money here, so be it.
Right.
The technology is there. iTac and all of these other platforms. Oh, well, my battery might die in my phone, and then I can't live stream. Okay, get out of that, dude. Like, I don't think
I want that to be your new character, by the way.
I'm feeling attacked here. Okay.
No, but the big piece is I loved seeing back up for us when I can. Leaders weren't finding me and telling me what to do. Were you trying to find me? Where were you? I was in the parking lot. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
the whole
On the field,
time,
yep.
Whole time.
And we try not to shame the guys, like, hey guys, remember when I say every iron dagger, remember, you bastards.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
A perfect example of evolution of technology and getting player buy-in for it. Drones. Sitting right over there. Was it not Iron? What's the AO that's not there anymore? That we can't play?
Milledgeville.
Yeah.
Villageville.
Right. First time I saw drones used. Thank you very much. And they were barely used. You tried, but we were like, oh look, he can see something. That was now let's go 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and we're delivering med bags
Yes.
with drones.
Yes.
We've got night vision on drones. We're calling out targets. We're moving vehicles with drones.
We're dropping ordnance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is now not just a part of it and not just 2 people using it, but it being run via the talk,
Yes.
sending it out, gathering intel. So somebody brings it, you agree to it, put it out there, and make people use
So
it, and people will fall in love with it.
The funniest part, go ahead. Please. Before you forget, hurry.
No,
Go on.
I fucking forgot.
I knew it.
That was the old one.
So-
That was the old one.
So what I love telling my guys at work, leaders at work, was like, you have an airsoft game where people are in a target cycle, detect, decide, deliver, and assess, and the guys are so proud. Oh, we flew 4 UAV strikes at NTC. Oh, it was great. I'm like, last weekend we flew 40.
I remember I was going to say, can we shoot down the drones?
No, no.
Are we flying drones with the helicopter?
No.
Yeah. So
Sorry, there's a specific reason why I asked that, because I was literally asked that question just the other day. I was like, no,
So
if the bird's in the air, we can't fly drones.
yeah, there's certain situations with us here at PCA that will prevent drones from being, and Hilo is a big one of them. But with the technological advances that are coming on with the Aries and a lot of these Blue Force tracker systems and everything, I'm not going to disclose a whole lot, but like we have a system here at Third Coast that we have implemented called Service. It like when you walk into one of the talks, it's right there on a computer screen. You can digitally see what each objective is on the field, who controls it, who has controlled it the longest. So the whole
But what you see,
it's evolving into the fact of, when we're getting to the drones now, we're upgrading service. I don't want to disclose too much, but eventually service will actually be able to shut your drone down if there's certain objectives that are held on the field that give you the power to do so. So the buy-in is coming, the technology is coming to where drones can be electronically shut down safely. It's improving. No, we do not allow you to shoot BBs at the drone. We are tagging at the drone, throw grenades at the drones, launch our new motor systems at the drone. But the electronic technology is going to be implemented to where if an EMP strikes, guess what? You lose the ability to fly that drone. If you have certain and control certain objectives on the field, it will give you the ability to shut down UAV operations in certain areas of the field. These are upgraded technologies that are coming, that are coming. It's coming. It's a technology that has to be designed and implemented, and we're working on this. So the ability to shut down drones via shotgun, no, you can't do that. But the technology to safely shut them down and to simulate the experience of UAV being shut down or EMP going off, or all this brand new technology that is coming out. You just came from SHOT Show. 2 years ago, when we were at SHOT Show, they had a shoulder-fired EMP that would literally crash drones out of the sky. They would just look at it, right down to the ground. All right, that was 2 years ago. So
those drones were pretty. We were looking at that, saying, you know what we could do.
yeah,
the
Put the
curve in
actual
technology.
people.
Yeah, that curve in technology is amazing.
But I think there's a balance to be struck here, right? Because everybody fixates on, what's the new hotness? What is this new thing?
Yeah.
What's the new thing? And I think you were talking about it after one of the last events that we were at, Gladiators, that folks have gotten away from patrolling.
Yes.
Folks said, I want to be a door kicker, I want to fly drones, I want to be on a vehicle, cool, man. If you can't get you and your guys to an objective correctly or successfully, what are we doing? What are we doing?
No vehicles.
It's a lost art.
Yeah.
It's a lost art to a lot of players that came in and went, well, I play Call of Duty, I'm ready, right?
Yeah.
We're doing the thing.
Run.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the block period changed the way people view what. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to have to. I think the block period changed the way people view how war is war. The block brought on the border
Global war.
before that, what did
Yeah.
you do?
Thank you.
Leveled cities. So if you want to go through time and history of combat,
Yeah.
We leveled cities so we didn't have to kick the door.
Honestly, what I'm hearing is we're back to the 18th century, wall of guys, just start firing.
Well, the phase after that, where the tactics
But-
are deployed. Yeah.
But like Bubba, we've talked about this before because our profession, you know, we're both in the service. Maybe a little bit longer, just a little while longer.
You have hours. You have
Not
hours.
counting hours really. Unless I go Title 50. Anyway,
Thank you, Aaron.
so
So, wait, by the way, talk about technology and
Yeah.
advancement technology right there. Aaron Bennett.
yeah,
So,
Why is he not here?
yeah. So the big piece is we're basically we are a maneuver lab for the real world,
Mhm.
and a lot of folks are looking. I was laughing because people would call me, "Hey, dude, I saw this on Airsoft video. Was it your guys?" I'm like, "I'm not the only guy in the Army that plays Airsoft. You're the only Lieutenant Colonel I know that plays Airsoft in the Army, weirdo." And I'm like, okay. But they were talking about how do you guys integrate this stuff because we haven't figured it out on the training aspect. And I'm like, oh brother, we're launching live rounds at each other. We're launching mortars and dropping stuff from drones and
Only Joker.
yeah.
You're only allowed to manhandle Joker.
So no,
Trying to
you
get me out of the truck.
you can't manhandle people only at the hotel.
No.
So, but the bigger piece was the problem sets that you guys are giving each other. Last Serious Viking, the Royal Air Force out of the Imperial, the Green faction, was hitting every tan pit as they were leaving the assembly area. As soon as they crossed into the field, Mother's hitting them with freaking a drone strike. Sort of strafing them. Big shout out over there. They're like, "So we're dead." I'm like, "You're literally right inside the maneuver box, guys. You can't just park and have a conversation.
Yeah.
This is bullshit." Well, when you're short on everything but the enemy, you're in combat. So, hey man. So cold death is a good one.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a good point about like when it comes down to stuff that's being implemented each game. It doesn't matter how many games you go to. Games can change and new stuff could be added from game to game. Like the first time I was like, what the hell just fell? And that was the first time I got hit with a drone thing. It was a orange green tennis ball. I was like, I sent somebody out of my truck because we were already dead. I was like, what the hell was that?
Right.
Remember, it's like it's a tennis ball with this. So I came back to the thing. I was like, what the is this?
Yeah.
And you go, it's a drone delivery. And I was like, since when did this come in? He goes, did you read the rules? And I was like, yeah, I didn't see anything about, it's a drone strike. But I didn't know what the ordinance was. So it's like, it's important that you guys look and see this because the other side of that, if I didn't call it, if I wasn't already dead, like, oh, look, there goes that vehicle driving away. Well, sometimes ignorance is.
First of all, I want to bring up the fact that Mark said he read the rules.
Yeah. So the big piece was,
the record. Oh, man, my eyes.
So the count,
Thank you, Dio.
I remember Sam coming over and goes, Sal, tennis balls, not Milsim. I got you, Sam. But we wanted to hurry up and get this technology on the CSIM battlefield so that way players can start reacting to that new threat. What happened the following event? You had Runaway, you had Cherub Milsim, you had guys, you guys are creating 3D printing soft rounds instead of tennis balls.
Yeah. It's another important factor is that we can't sacrifice an actual drone to hit a vehicle at our game. So what's the safe? It's because it's not safe. It's expensive to sell. So what's the safest way to do it? Oh, tennis ball.
Well, the other thing is battlefield in Syria. They're flying. They were doing the drone strikes at the same time you guys were. You guys were watching. The player base was watching what was happening overseas and going, "How do we do this on the airsoft field?" And would Sal allow us to do? I'm like, oh God, and I'm like, within reason, let's figure this out. Yeah, man. I mean,
was it last? It was either last Viking or Viking before that. That guys were complaining. Oh, it was just a grenade battle. I don't. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Well, here we are now. Guys are carrying grenades now. People are carrying. Well, they were mad that other people had too many grenades. So you're mad that somebody figured out how to increase their technology. And if you don't like it, find a way around the problem. Either fire with fire, or tactics against it. When Overwatch was happening, we were down the road from what we used to do is the week before Overwatch, DEO would do the road to Overwatch. We'd have a game the weekend before, and people would come and we would teach breach and clear. We would teach how to Overwatch and bound and move and all these other guys that had never played before. You're getting ready to go play a completely different game than what you used to doing now. How do you make that happen? How do you do it better than what you've been doing during the weekend?
So big shout out to Tattoo ODA 306, the Diablos out of Victoria, Texas. Okay, the one team that joined our club back in the day that was all civilian. Okay.
I just pictured Sal wearing like his colors on the back and the vest.
Oh man, those guys are to this day there's a few of them that still play, but those guys would bring in some interesting tactics, and they would never complain about being unfair. Oh man, you guys. One of their teammates who they kicked off the team goes, tactics have no place in Airsoft. And so they went up against me, Godfather, Coach, and a few, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, apparently. And we wiped the floor with them, and he turns around and that tactics just kicked their ass. And after that whole team was like, teach us.
I've seen guys with pistols beat whole platoons with long guns. If you're a tactician, if you play right, doesn't matter what's in your hand. You can still get
Long said it's this.
Yep.
And this.
Spaz used to say,
Yep.
The player makes the gun doesn't make the player.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and that's
This one has some balls.
Go back to basics, and technology won't matter.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, even up in New England, like for one of the big local promoters, like every Friday night, typically will run a whole like night fighting course where because everybody and their brothers got nods now. Maybe they're not as new as whatever, but like how do you go up against an entire group with nods and thermals and all this other
Right.
fancy pants stuff when you've got a flashlight?
Yeah.
And it is wild to see some of those engagements after the fact. Like, oh, you guys are paying attention. You guys want to come back out again? No. But it's fun to see, like, when you actually go, oh, you know what? I don't need technology for this either.
No.
We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, and it's going to be real damn
If you
fun.
can get good at the basics, technology is merely an
An
addition, an
enhancement.
enhancement.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Force multiplier.
Yeah.
This one right here has some balls to say two Serious Vikings ago was the Battle of Grenades. It's like he was supplied by the U.S. fucking
First
government.
of all, hang on.
I know that he was
I don't.
blowing up everything. So
I don't.
what
Throw,
happened
no, no,
was-
no, no, no. I don't.
No, he's got one of those dolls.
I don't
No,
throw
they were
grenades.
launching.
Yeah.
So it goes back to like when you're talking about tactics. It's like I kept being tasked with my vehicle to go up and go to Nicole where these guys were dug in and they had all the ordnance. And you turn the corner and you're not getting hit with 1, 2, or 3. It's like 5 things come flying at you and you're dead. So it's like I go back to the talk and there was a pretty big. Wiener was there. There was a pretty big blow up. And I said, "You go back to Nicole." I was like, "I'm not going back to Nicole. I am combat ineffective." He goes, "You're going back to Nicole." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm going to go take 3 other objectives. Let them keep fucking Nicole." I'm sorry. Nicole, I'm gone. And I went south. And they allowed, and then he sat there like, "Where are all the vehicles?"
Well,
That's where the complaints came in because they're like, "They're all the grenades up there." But it was mostly a joke that you guys were like supplied by the U.S. military
But at the same time,
outside.
you're wearing out their supply of
No.
multiplier.
No.
At some point,
No.
at some point, it's got to end.
No,
When-
I know
when
how
we-
it's
Somebody
wrong.
throws that last
No, it
grenade.
when we played
Set fire to the
Gladius, which by the way, I don't know if you saw it. Shout out to Yordi, my partner. He loves it. He wants more Gladius, more Gladius. Like he keeps talking about it. It was. I get it. Slow down. But we learned a lesson being up 4. We learned a lesson. We were on Sarah, right? Is it Sarah?
Yeah. Sarah.
Where the
Yep.
car was.
Yes.
And we're up there. We're doing great. We're holding. We're doing great. And all of a sudden, here comes a vehicle. There's 5 of us.
Oh, that was.
We don't have any grenades. We don't have a launcher. We don't have any grenades. We have nothing.
folks.
We can't do anything. And they just parked the vehicle. Can't shoot at it. Can't do anything about it. We can't. Every time we try to get out and go turn, they start
split up.
shooting at us. Can't do anything about it. Okay. Fine. All right. UK arms and grenade launcher. And I have a case of 50 Cherub rounds and a handheld grenade launcher. That will never happen to me again.
Supplied by the U.S. government.
It will never, ever happen to me again because that was the only thing that kept us from being able to get more of those.
So it is an arms race.
Yeah. Oh,
So you have to be able to fight that battle.
Yeah.
I would we anybody that we fought skin on skin, we won. When armor shows up, skin don't do any damage to armor.
but what you did,
Dynamic.
Yep.
well, but it goes back to it. What you did is when you saw the vehicles, you went back into the tree line because it's not like I didn't try chasing you into the tree line. But when you guys were in the tree line, we could only go so far, and eventually we would have to pull out. And what happens when we pulled out? That box gets flipped.
So the boxes, right? The evolution of the boxes. We started with colored.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Kevin says, what? Which,
South Snake has
which one did
joined.
we lose?
We lost theirs. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Kevin
That's
South
you.
Snake has
Okay.
joined. Add to the stream.
We just went over the hour? No?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, 1 second.
Oh no.
You only had it set up for an hour?
Okay.
Yep.
I think,
Yeah, there you go.
there.
All right,
That was
cool.
it.
Wow, that was weird. Yeah.
So what we saw was an arms race, right? Sick. I think you and I, Bubba, and a couple others said we're in the business of not producing airsoft games. We're in the business of building people. We're in the people building business.
Yep.
Because over time we've seen young men and women grow in the sport, and nothing is insurmountable. Thou shalt not be overwhelmed. How do I take this fight on? And they're not talking about airsoft. They're not talking about NILSIM, CSIM. They're talking about their lives.
Mhm.
And I'm like, where did you learn that? Sal, Sick showed me that. Gabe showed me that. Bubba showed me. Tara showed me that. Papa, the community built those folks.
Yep.
Me and Zap, my ex-O down in Texas, we had a player that suffered from huge anxiety. He could not talk to a large crowd of people. Twisted his ankle, had a little bit of heat stroke, put him in the talk starboard. I said, "You're gonna be the battle captain." Answer the radio. I'm like, "Don't worry, you'll do fine." By the end of the weekend, he's answering the radios, plotting things on the map.
Forgetting he even has
I'm
anxiety.
like, dude, and Zap, he's like, "Wow, we just we built the person, we made the person better."
Where is he? He's sitting right there. Right there. Pierce.
Oh, Pierce,
Pierce,
yeah.
Pierce is airsoft baby right there. He's raised by all of us.
So when somebody tells me, "What do you guys do?" I go, "We're in the people building business."
Yep.
I mean, I've got there's a professor from A&M out here this weekend writing a paper about what we do. He's flying. He flew in. He's driving
That's what
up.
we expect this weekend, Colt.
So yeah.
People building business.
Yep.
So we build better people.
And it
We've
doesn't-
also seen people who lack morals, ethics, values, and it's like, hey guys, this is not your hobby.
Yep.
Go find something else. Hardcore drugs, I don't care. Go do something else somewhere else. Drink bleach, whatever.
he knows this. He knows this, and you've heard me say it before. The rules that I have in my field and in my arena are not for the people that come and play there. It's to keep the people I don't want there from coming. And they hear about those.
There's
rules,
something
they
for
don't want
everybody.
them coming.
This may not be
This
yours.
is not for you. No.
And when you hold them accountable,
Oh,
if they don't
Yeah.
like it, and
Oh, yeah.
either they shape up
they
and
should
better,
out.
or they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
And they won't.
A very good point because when you're talking about building up people and just seeing how people develop and grow and everything, and it's also like everybody's job, whether we've been 87 years worth of airsoft playtime, but to also police our own and
Yeah.
continue to foster the community.
Mhm.
You see something you can't let slide, then you better do something about it. Talk to the right
Yeah.
person. That's and even not to make everything about women, but
It's your perspective.
but no, but really, even for women within the community, it has changed so much.
Mhm.
From the point where it was like, oh my God, that's so cute. Who brought you? Or hey, pro tip, whatever. But
Just the crow.
but no, I mean the amount of like
It's right
not
in the tip.
that way, but like the amount of extra explanation that I've received unsolicited from people that want to tell me about my own hobby is wild. But and even then, like a lot of women, the not to get super heavy with this, but the amount of occurrences like sexual harassment or intimidation or stalking or whatever, like that is it's still there,
Oh yeah.
but it's come down a lot, and it's like there's just less tolerance for that behavior.
Yeah.
But you're gonna it's you went from an incredibly hostile to almost a lot of big brother environment.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. We're going to respect you because it's not. It's becoming more and more organized, and that's that we've talked about that.
Well, it also the culture we come from. We were talking about this before dinner. I've worked with female soldiers my entire career.
Mhm.
I've stacked and cleared buildings with lionesses. Okay, it's more than just a show. You know, on Amazon. You know, hey, we got an Amazon. You know, she's a warrior. You know, warrior woman. Let's
Yep.
do it.
Yep.
You know, Starbucks.
Yep.
You know, who's if you're watching, you're definitely missed. Um, those were not those. You didn't see gender. It was, hey, not only that, these women got on the field, stayed on the field. You know, Fatty McGee's over there eating a friggin', you know, his 12 PB&J out in the parking lot. Me and Starbucks, she's like, I'm out of BBs. I got you. You know, let's go.
Well, it's still like bucket list for me. I want to get a whole group of like women, just all one squad, however many we can pull up, and just wreck house. Like just women, like rock and roll.
What's interesting is that there's more and more women are entering into the
Oh,
sport.
yeah.
We see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
And it's sort of like how it was. I call it a game store mentality, like a board game store mentality, like a Magic the Gathering. You go in there and they're in the nerddom.
Mhm.
So you have people that are not accustomed. Why is this woman here? And typically those women are more athletic, so they're appealing. So it's like the one guy, the way to say, tongue in your mouth. I was like, you're staring at her tits in her ass. You know, it's like, you know, it's fostering those people to be like, hey, these are just people.
Yeah.
Treat them like people. You know, I don't know what to say. Hi, say hi. Hello.
Oh, my take on it is I judge them by their actions, their
Yeah.
performance.
Yep.
Like I would anybody. Like it doesn't matter. I'm like, hey, you good? I need water. Okay, give me 2 more shooters. I don't care who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you
There
shoot.
will always be
And-
lizard brain. You will always men will always want to protect a woman. That's lizard brain stuff. That'll always be there.
Well, and
But
have
you
to
can-
have thick skin,
yeah,
like,
Right, but you have to have a respect
people-
can supersede lizard brain. You can always have that. I have a question real quick. I want to just a quick fire kind of temperature thing. Resetting of a game because of spawn camping, spawn trapping. Right.
Oh.
Listen, take like 90 seconds each, or a little more if you need it. But just I want to get. I think I know everybody's answer on this one, but I want to throw it out there because
Fine game. Are you talking about the
irrelevant. I don't
It's
relevant
relevant.
game or iron knife or whatever. I don't care. You're spawn trapped.
No.
What happens?
So you're
Hang on, wait, Wiener.
Spawn trap.
Spawn trap. You're in charge of the game.
Okay.
You're running the game.
Which I
One
have.
side spawn trap. What do you do?
I would. Oh man, I've never restarted the game or reset a game. I won't do that. What I'll do is I will talk to whoever thinks they're a spawn trap.
Mm-hmm.
I said, don't you have a different entry and exit from where you're at? Can't you get a team to go around, or send a couple of guys out to get killed and while they're distracted? You come around from the other side, things like that. But I always try to encourage them to think about it. I've learned that from TCA.
Okay.
You know, think about
Don't
it.
give his answer away. We're
Like I
getting
said,
there.
I've learned that. I've learned that from my evolution in the sport.
Yep.
You're like,
Also, and to be a event producer.
Yep.
So it's definitely, but I can't see resetting a game. It's just, I don't know why.
And just real quick before we move on, it's imagine they're not getting it and it's still going and going and going.
Well, you,
Not you. You're done.
okay, good. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
adding, I'm
Thanks,
adding
thank you.
on to the question
Gotcha.
to make it harder as we move along.
Good. So,
So I think part of it before we jump too far down that hole is how is the game dynamic set up, or like where did you go to AAs or whatever.
This weekend we're playing. We're playing.
For the
Serious
way
fighting.
that it's set up for this game, I can't see the setup. You know, depending on how it's set up, I've seen ones where it's like, okay, we're in the far top corner. There ain't no other way to get out. You know, and then it becomes, well, do you have a game dynamic, not necessarily setting, you know, resetting everybody. Okay, everybody go back to your house. You know, but it doesn't become, okay, we're going to introduce the same dynamic. This thing is happening right here. Whatever. You know, here's right. Who knows? Whatever
Okay.
the case may be. But I do think it cheapens the game a little bit to just go, well, we're going to pull all the players back and redo it this way. You know, and that falls on, you know, game staff, it falls on command staff,
profiles on players to try and figure out how the heck did we get to this spot so we don't do it again
Mhm.
and then move forward, But I think, and like I said, you're in the field, say you're rocking it, you're halfway across the AO, and you get told, well, nobody else can get up except for you four idiots, so we'll keep that. Like that sucks. So
The whole concept of MilSim or ComSim, right? It's problem solving. And we're right back to that. We're back to the bubble, baby. So it's all problem solving. And it's like some of the folks for that they go, I have a sledgehammer, I'm gonna hit that nail. And they're gonna keep that nail over and over and over again, and maybe it'll be effective eventually, or maybe it won't. Or you can step back, step away from the problem and go, what really should I be doing here in order to correct my approach, where I go? And I can tell you that 9 times out of 10, if you look at the map, you look at how things are playing out, you look at how the game circumstances are presented, you're going to find where that breakout comes.
Mhm.
You're going to figure out what forces you need to allocate, who's going to be effective where to do the thing, right? And the folks who go, wow, this is entirely too hard. I don't want to do it anymore.
You guys are related now. Just saying.
But
He did the voice. Did I make it weird? He did the voice, right?
You have to have that fortitude to go out there and the intelligence to go out there and problem solve your way through the issue that's presented to you.
I think I've had fights over this because I refuse. I don't care if the game times out or we last 3 more days, whatever it is. I refuse because there's never been a time where I've seen there at the very least you can't have your entire team now in the spawn and set yourself in waves and just run and shoot, right? Right. If you can't think your way out, if you can't logic your way out, you can muscle your way out.
Yep.
And listen, you're not all going to survive. Everybody's gonna be
Price I'm willing
But it's a short walk back to spawn.
Yeah, you're right there anyway. Push and spread and push and
For
spread.
the
and push
Empire.
and spread.
Because those guys you kill got a longer walk back to their spawn.
I am adamant. Okay. Do you want to give them some advice? Sure, go give them some advice. Try to help coach them. Sure, that's what we're here for. Help coach them. In the end, you're not getting a reset. Figure it out. Well, I'm quitting then. Then that's what you just spent your money on. I'm not stealing somebody else's fun because you failed. It's not going to happen. No.
So that's why I asked that specific question, because there's multiple times where I have videos of myself like spawn trapping people out of me.
Mhm.
But the thing is, you have 20 bodies sitting inside a spawn. They have 4 exits. We have all the exits covered, but hey, there's nothing that says you can't use somebody as a meat shield and push out and shoot. Like the one guy that finally took out Tinker one time was because he was one dude that just plan take carrier, dude. Congrats, because it took him 15 times rushing out of spawn to finally take Tinker out before they can now push out all that one way.
Yep.
But it's like I was saying before about that one Stonebreaker. And Sal came out and threw his Gatorade. He goes, "What are you complaining about?" I was like, "I wasn't complaining. I was like, I just wish." He goes, "Over here." I was like, "Oh, we're allowed to go that way." I thought that was a restricted spawn. No, it's not learning. So a lot of times you just have to force through. And that other time that we got spawn trapped, I was like, "Look, they'll eventually run out of lives, guys. Their talk is all the way the hell over there. Push forward, shoot until you're dead, and eventually one of them down to go out. But they took all these points. Then we go take them the fuck back." Sorry, I keep
Right. It happens every so often.
we had an iron knife where like somebody's like, "We need to all push for one objective. We're stuck here." I was like, "I don't talk about I'm taking 3 at a time." Because you have to not think about what's in front of you. Think about the ways that you can go. And I found some creative ways to maneuver around. And that's what you have to do, is think outside the box. Because are you really truly spawn camp? Are you using effective fire enough to get everybody out of the way? The answer is probably no, if you're that spawn trap. But you also, like you sort of alluded to, you have other tools at the big games. You have airstrikes. You can nuke the entire area around, make everybody there dead. Now, did you expand a lot of ordnance? Sure.
Well, then danger close, and there you go.
But then you force everybody out. But it's also what Sal's seen it before, is that you have to get the buy-in of
Steal his
everybody
answer.
to push at once.
Don't steal
I'm
his
sorry,
answer.
it's what he told. It's what he yelled at me. Okay, I didn't yell at that.
It's emotionally scarred him
Mark,
for
you want to
life.
talk about it?
I do want to talk about
He's
So
gonna
let's
swear
talk,
while he does
more
it.
about this Gatorade. That
Tell me what-
Well, that Gatorade went flying across the
Why
parking
don't
lot.
you
Oh
get
my
a whole
This is
case
the
of
wrong
Gatorade, so just say Z on it.
I'm gonna
Here's
make
the thing.
grenades that look like Gatorade.
That was another thing. It's like people,
Grenadades.
people think I'm
Gatorade.
complaining that with Salvador, but with Salvador, he woke up everybody's eyes. When he said what he said, I realized he's not yelling at me, he's yelling at everybody around me because everybody's bitching and complaining. I asked a question, it came off as bitching, but I wasn't bitching, I was asking.
Sure you were.
He was
He was
yelling.
bitching. He was bitching.
He was bitching, he was yelling at you.
But he did it, and the effect was there. Sometimes you just have to yell at people and say, "You're not spawn trapped. You're locked in
And
trap by your own mentality."
and we have guys on our own staff that come over and go, hey, they're complaining about being spawn trap. And I'm like, that's because they're stupid. You know, but I'll say mine. Go ahead, Snick. Yeah, I want your weigh in on this, man.
And you know, like we said, we were in the people building business. So what type of person would I be if I did not? If I just said, oh, okay, you're going to quit, well, let me just change life to make it easy for you. Unfortunately, life's hard, and it comes with the speed of life. And if you don't have these skills out here in this fake simulated combat situation, what are you doing in the real world?
Yeah.
Every time life gets hard,
100%.
you're just going to throw a blanket and cover yourself with your whoopee and be like, oh, poor me. Or are you going to grab life by the nuts and say, this is my objective. I'm going to figure this out. And yes, we all have friends. We need a little help every now and then.
Yeah.
Get by a little help from my sometimes it does need to be abruptly put in front of you as a problem set, solving, problem solving skills.
That's incorrect. That would be me.
So no, am I going to? Do I agree with resetting something because somebody's spawn trapped? No, you dug the hole, dig yourself out. There's, as a member of, of the PCA, we work game every map, every scenario down to
Somebody in the peanut gallery put another comment, please.
to outthink us because we've done it too many times before the game even started.
On the stream.
So no, am I going to reset a game because one side is spawn trapped? No, you're not trapped. You're trapped here.
Yes.
You're not doing this.
Give me a pause between Sal and CRISPR, by the way, because I specifically want to say something to you before you give your answer.
So, no. Do I agree?
No, I have a pause.
Well, the actual
I wanted this, but I wanted to say something. But I wanted to give that pause in there. So
Instead of pregnant.
maybe.
Shit.
Orange is everywhere. So one of the things that we do over at TCA is pre-game workup is designing the event, and we agonize over where the alphas go, and because you guys, you're all producers, you've all organized games, you know that the AOs are not built for airsoft. You have to make it fit, and so for example, here we are, Guardian Center. We've tried parallel starts. We've had both alphas on one side of the map. We finally found the ones that are just so balanced at the waist. Okay, both sides have equal opportunity to fight. We've used battle AI, where we've loaded the fight. We've created units. We've fought it in AI to see how it goes. We did that for Gladius. In Airsofters, you guys really like both the Op 4 and the Blue 4 surprised the hell out of us at Arena. Going into the design and designing an alphas or respawns or whatever you want to call them today, and going, we're being camped. No, you're suffering from THS, tiny heart syndrome. Okay. One, that's Stonebreaker. And this is going to be a huge shout out to Werewolf, because Werewolf was trying to get his guys to maneuver. Well, we're up here at the hot gates by the hexafluoride. We just can't get through that gate. Coach is like, if you guys walk 200 yards that way, then 100 yards this way, and then you'll be in the flank, and you'll come up from behind them. Or if you, and I said, hey, I was one of the guys, the TEC guys, Power. I go, Power, follow me, bring some guys. And we literally go down through the hot gates, and I get them all the way to the wooden kill house, all the way down to the yard, not even in contact. I said, dude, this is patrolling. This is control. Okay. Meanwhile, 60 Muldoons just go, no, take it good. Go. See, we all died. Because you're playing like an airsoft.
Yep.
Think of like it's real. Okay. Combat simulation. Okay. Buy in and put a little bit of mileage on your feet. Okay. You got calories to spend because you've been drinking C4 like it's nothing. Okay. All right. You're being mean to me. You're damn right I'm being mean to you. Okay. I'm a combat veteran, number one. Number two, I'm putting together an event that's trying to challenge you. I can try to challenge you and make you walk 5 miles on a road march with 60 pounds on your back, but you paid to shoot at people. Okay. So let's maneuver a little bit. You'll feel so much better when you come up from behind them and shoot them one time and they go, "Where'd that go?" Okay. So, and the other thing that I won't do is, on Sunday we'll flip songs.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Germany, Russia. I know you guys had a pretty bad. You guys start from Berlin. We'll start from Moscow tomorrow. That never happened. Okay, so Crossbones was one of the few opportunities where we planned it and we said, all right, on Sunday, because we want you guys to see the field from a different aspect, we're going to move you guys around. And a lot of players were like, I don't like this. I'm not coming. They missed out, man.
Yeah.
They missed out. That was
Sure.
a great event because people got to see the AO from different angles. But that was planned ahead of time. That was, we agonized over that one. But I mean, we spend a lot of time on work. I mean,
That all?
yeah.
Now we have to empty everything out.
Yes. So it's a lot of work. But when somebody comes up and says, we're spawn camp, no, you're not. You're just not thinking.
We can't get the vehicles through.
No.
This one. Don't go that way. You're going to puncture the gas can. We're going that fucking because that's the way that you
Bounce
go.
my head off the thing. That's right.
And that's exactly what I did. I took that route. And
For example, this weekend, both sides have a water hazard. One's simulated. It's the soccer field and the maintenance building. The other side has the sunken, the lake and the sunken city. Okay. Hey guys, you both have the same water hazard. You're gonna have to maneuver around it. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Technology is not gonna save you here. It's gonna come down to feet and wheels. Think through it. And don't do it in a committee because that doesn't work.
You'll never get moving.
So,
The reason I wanted to pause there is because you, sir, were presented with an amazing challenge 5 times.
Oh, six.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I missed 6. I was so
I
pissed.
was at the last 5. I apologize. I missed the first.
I got all 6.
And not be every possible challenge you could have been given, you were given. You were in a mall that wasn't as big as some other malls. It wasn't multi-story like some other malls, but it was alleys and avenues, and that's all there was.
You
had
did
some
not design a worse building to play airsoft.
right. That you couldn't knock anything out of either, because it's like Rats. Jeremy at Rats took a school which would normally be terrible and blew holes in the walls. He fixed it. You weren't able to do that. So
I did try. I did ask.
you suffered from so many people saying we're just stuck. Battle of the Wild, but we can't move. They have the better spawn. With that, I didn't call you out.
That wasn't you. No, that was because I am agreeing with everything you said. Because go ahead.
So, with that being presented for you, I want your input on that.
So the first thing I want to say is I believe the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. As with every, the spawn, camping, spawn trapping. So I don't have all 6 maps in front of me. Switching between events, I think I did. And I will say that was probably one unique thing that when we tried something new, if it wasn't working, we tried to do a fix, to make it equal, not to help someone who didn't want to help themselves.
Right.
Yes.
So,
That was also
It goes back to it.
You're right. And that's
Very unique.
yeah,
So,
sometimes the players aren't the only problem solver.
that was really why I wanted your answers, because you faced it so intently rather. It was, I mean, every problem you could have you had there. And how do you fix it? How do you fix it? How do you get the players to fix it? How do you involve yourself all without going, okay, we'll back you off. And now you have half of the people that came to play mad. You know, whichever half. One half is mad, the other half, but the other half doesn't feel successful. They had to be reset. So they feel like they got overrun, means they're underpowered, means there's more people, but shut up. It's a toy gun. Shut your mouth. It's a game.
I think
you said it right because it was well, it was all said quite a bit. It was the players up there because how many times did a small group of people that were taken up come up behind the enemy because they decided to push? I mean, and that's they're like, oh, we can't get across. I would run with my fat ass and do a bad slide into the wall, and they wouldn't follow.
Sometimes you just have to charge into Sears.
Crash tools are on sale. Let's do this.
Yeah, I took it collectively and took it back away and assaulted the thing from the side that caused the entire TAN team to shift and focus on us, on 4 people. And it's all a matter of, look, there's pathways you have to find. You have to not be
Nice.
Prude? Yes, be a prude.
Nancy, that's going. Not be scared, not be a coward. You have unlimited respawn. You had playing cards.
So what I
kind of lost the cursing.
so what
I
I was
know, and he made eye
So proud of
contact with everything. It was like,
It was strong. It was strong.
Mom got you. Mom
that
got
string
you.
was so tight.
Made it worse and
What I
worse.
loved about Thunderdome, right, going into it, the number of times for the first 3,
It was because of you. It was because
we
of
kind of
him.
worked very much hand in
Yes,
hand.
Sal, hands down, Sal was a huge blessing.
And really,
on
you
planning
had a
those
vision
out.
of what you wanted to do. And I was looking at the map because I had done 2 other mall designs that fell through. And granted, you're absolutely right. It is the worst mall design.
You could not pay somebody to build a better,
But it's not, like I
more
said,
structure.
it's not a location. These areas aren't made for airsoft, right? But remember, we were talking about this. You're looking at it as a mall, Christopher. Look at it as the Grand Theft Auto city.
Yes.
There are alleys, and I started labeling locations, and you're like, okay, run this by me. I'm like, this is the police station, this is the taco, the restaurant, this is Market Street, and you're like, okay. And all of a sudden, I could see you were transitioning into it's not a mall.
Starting the line.
It's not a mall. It's literally a video game city map. I got you, Sal. Okay, where do you? And let's put some money over here. And you think you can put some drugs? And I showed up that day. I was like, all right, where do you want me to put all this props? And you're like, go for it. And I started throwing drugs and jewelry, and we're right, pawn shop on the windows.
Shitty guns.
Shitty guns. Shitty guns.
City guns.
What I loved about it is you looked into it, you bought in to it's not a mall. It's a city with back alley, street. And we tried to tell players, quit looking at it as if it's a mall and look at it as if it's a city.
We had 3 things.
The subway was the basement. It was like, come on, the subway has 2 or 3 exits.
Yeah.
And finally they found one that came out of that horrible smelling fish restaurant that smelled like Long John's from like 50 years. Shut up, man. It was very, very greasy. Sticky. But hats off to you, man, because you didn't rinse and repeat.
No, all 6
Completely storylines, man. Like the barrels. Like, go get the oil. Take the oil back,
The challenges of, like the last one where we had 2 sprinkler heads get blown up. The challenge of idiots that were told specifically not to use grenades inside of the basement.
You mean the subway?
Yeah.
But generally you had a lot of players that were just like they just got in that game in particular. So many of them just got locked in and so frustrated that they couldn't move. And I was like, you're not moving because you're being scared of getting hit by a plastic BB. Why are we even here?
good news, you're not gonna die.
Yeah. Unlimited lives.
Decision making.
Yeah. I mean, we had so many. It's like we had like a couple people get injured beside myself that one game. I got to get
Oh, the one where you slid into the wall?
On purpose, yeah.
but I didn't make it back in time. It was a power slide, all right.
Give you a fat ass.
But I got through wall taking back. I got back too late for the night game. But the next day, I'm still running across. Or the first one where I'm going to run across this little room real quick, try to cross, and I ended up going flat on my back, and I twisted my ankle. bad. It dislocated, relocated, and here I am hobbling, still medicing people in the middle of the thing, and everybody else is like, "We can't move." I was like, "Bitch, I can't run, and I'm making it up there. Why can't you?"
The way I frame it is they're looking at it like it's like a grocery shop. They're trying to go up and down the aisles, and they're not looking anywhere else.
Like Fat Ninja was great. Jeremy
Oh
Blackburn.
yeah.
This guy is insane.
He
Yeah.
went running across, and I had it on camera while I was sitting in the chair nursing my wound. He went running across with the grenade, ran inside, and boom! And he took out the entire group that was making
so-
our life a living hell in that one corner.
Folks who knew the bypasses and the back alleys, they looked at the map and were like, "Hey guys, you know you can go from here to here without ever going on the main street." Shocking.
Thanks, Mike. I was
Uh,
going to come and say hi and spread some positivity. Thank you. Much love, good vibes.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. We've seen some great people in the hobby. I call it a sport. You know,
Yeah,
we talk about this.
Yep.
If football is the little brother of war, airsoft is its cousin.
Yep.
There's just so many parallels.
Played right, it's definitely a sport
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Agreed.
My heart rate would definitely say
That's another thing. Get over here. Get on camera. Okay. Let's talk
Airsoft
about,
Santa.
let's talk about what it's done for folks.
Hmm.
We've seen people drop 100 pounds.
Oh yeah.
We've seen people improve their overall level of health. Just move faster, harder, stay on the field longer. Okay. I got guys that are twice the, like, dude, I'm 3 times your age, man. Shut up, put up. Okay. I've also pushed on military personnel. Hey man, this is a free rep. This is consequence-free decision making. I remember telling it to a company grade officer, a lieutenant, going, "Hey, dude, you need to get into the mil sim airsoft, you get into combat sim.
Yep.
Why? Because it's free reps. You can make bad decisions and not send a folding cycle to anybody." Okay? And later on, he goes, "You're absolutely right. It's a great time. Oh, great. Try to get more of your friends because you're not going to get those reps that you think you're going to get. Watching Jason Hayes on the field team is not the same as getting up and trying this thing." Okay. So no, man. I mean, it's where's the sport going to be in a year? Where's the sport going to be in 2 years?
So you mentioned the American Airsoft Association previously, and and if you remember, it's been years since I first mentioned it to you, and I've had the idea for years prior. I came up with North American Airsoft and Milsim Association.
Right.
The idea for that, and the reason I never launched it is because of how many versions of some kind of airsoft association has been, and nobody can get on board with it. Something like this, what we've been doing together for sure. Right now, represented right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different event producers. You start bringing more and more of, for lack of better phrasing, senior level people in the industry. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm sorry, whatever. But whatever. There's a bunch of people here who are upper echelon in airsoft. And no, you're not always going to agree on everything. But if everybody can find a baseline, and then you can work up from there.
So here's
it's up to the younger.
We tried that a long time ago. Okay. Bring all the 5 families. No. So what happened is this, right? When they go, "Well, your rules are stupid." Okay, don't worry. You'll come back. You'll come around soon enough when your insurance drops you. Okay. And for a while there was only one company doing insurance.
Mhm.
Okay. Another company got event insurance, like they were doing a concert or movie filming, and it was like, it's not going to work anymore. Okay, but that's fine. And then what rule set are you using? Well, this is our rule set. It's proven. We've been using it for almost 20 years now. It's as safe as it can be without taking the fun away. Okay. I'm not asking everybody to adopt the same rule set.
Nope.
My question to some folks is, why do I care about your eyesight more than you? Okay.
And that's what I mean by the baseline. I'm sorry.
I was going to say something very important, which is interesting because some insurance companies have taken TCA's exact rule set and forced them as the rules for insurance. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yes, I'm very aware.
So because I said, wait a second, I know this rule set when I was having the
What does this look familiar? I was like,
I was like, "Did you get this from third course?" And they go,
Yeah, maybe
No, but and it just
"I read the rules
on it.
sometimes."
So DCA's rule set, Mark,
Literally,
I will
only
tell
when
you,
it's
I will tell you
I
this.
did that too, though, but I asked permission.
I will tell you this. Okay, it was not our rule set. It wasn't created overnight. It
Right.
evolved over time.
Yeah.
Um,
But my continuing point of that is that most event productions use like most like especially newer companies that are coming up, all use TCA.
Or
Rebranded.
some very
When I
close,
did
very-
mine, I
very
said,
close
"Hey, I
version,
want to
yeah.
use your rule set."
Same
They
thing.
said,
Same thing.
And
I never heard of you guys.
The
yeah, no,
that generalized.
he hears that a lot.
I hear that a
But
lot.
what you have, what's missing in
You're
that
bald.
is
Really?
what's the payoff, and that's what a lot of guys are looking for. Is don't tell me what to do. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give you. That's what has been missing all this time. When you can bring everybody together, and everybody benefits from
And
it.
I've always said, ask me how to do events, I'll tell you. Ask me how to do events, I'll tell you. Why? I'm a player. We want to come and play at your events. We want to come and play at your events. Yeah. For example, Centurion. We all go to Centurion because to us, it's scratchy. Like when you're deciphering a freaking code printed on a candy wrapper, and you're just like, my God, I'm glad I didn't eat this thing and throw it away. But the level of it was chess all the way down to checkers. And it reminded us as players going on, we need to make sure we offer that at our events. Do I expect to see unmanned ground vehicles at our events soon? Yes. Will you see a drone deploying smoke this weekend to enable another a force to cross a road?
Oh,
Okay. We're adding more weapon classes. Why? It's more combat sim, more military sim.
Mortars.
Mortars. Yeah.
But it's also leads into like the question about rules. It's like I'm surprised somebody hasn't go. Are we allowed to use full auto in the buildings at the events, certain things? And we said we don't allow it for SMGs for one simple reason: players are assholes. They've done stupid things that have caused problems. Like Sir Brad says, why don't you allow tropical multicam? Because in some low light environments, you have misidentification. And I don't want to deal with the literal physical fighting. Right. So there's reasons why we put some stuff in there. So usually if there's a rule that is in there, it's like, why is this in here? You have to ask, what player did this to cause this?
Yeah.
Because there's all sorts of stuff that usually when a rule comes into play, because it was forced.
there is a line between this makes sense for Milton Sim and all that kind
Right.
of. This is safe.
Right.
Some having to breach on the first floor, having to actually
Break the plane.
plane on the first floor. Why? Well, because if somebody comes walking through and I'm shooting my DMR,
Yeah.
you
I want to rearrange your team.
and and the argument I've heard is, well, then he shouldn't be walking past. What you're right. He's an airsofter, so
Until it happens to you, and then you're going to want, my earlobe is in the street.
yeah.
Remember you were the one telling me not this rule is stupid?
So this one simple, or why can't we shoot small arms at the vehicles? I think it would be a great idea if you could protect the driver effectively. Then I think it's an okay idea, because then he doesn't catch one right up under here and cause him to jerk the wheel and run somebody over.
Or
you can protect
Or
it
you tag
effectively.
around to the side of the head while you're driving, or the chest.
When the safety factor
Shut by your
is too
safety
much than the play factor.
I know, but I've also seen gunners get hit, kick drivers.
Yeah.
So we've seen. It's like, guys, this is the best balance that we
Yeah.
can do. Like Coach goes, I have a great idea for explosives in tier 1. I'm like, okay. I hear you out. Oh, okay. That's let's bring in power tools. Okay, I see where you're going.
No.
And we've done it. And so
It's one of those things, like, because the biggest thing that we always get complaints on is why. Oh, you're scared that your truck's going to get damaged. I've already replaced my windshield 3 times.
Yeah.
I have a crack from Gladius because somebody or from Iron Knife because a guy was shooting hot hit my windshield. It happens. I'm not concerned about that. What I'm concerned about is if I'm driving and there's a person with a tag launcher 10 feet away from the truck, shoots it and hits or shoots BBs and hits the lip of the TC.
Right.
Or me, which I've been hit multiple times driving. That's why I usually wear a helmet and a face mask.
Yep.
Why are you wearing that? Because it hurts. And I want to make sure that my 2,000-pound vehicle doesn't run somebody over.
Well, why have vehicles at events? It is an enhancement
Yep.
to the game.
And that's the thing, like, people forget that it's mitigation of risk.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not that you're sucking the fun right out of it, however.
Yep.
There's always
Even in training in the military, we're in the middle of the Mojave Desert, and I've got to make white engineer tape about where my guys are sleeping on the ground.
Easy.
So they don't get run over.
Well,
So
like,
you wouldn't do that in real life. Yes, we do.
Well,
I
why
do the wood line.
why can't we have vehicles at Milledgeville? Because
There's nowhere to
Nowhere to put them. Yeah, nowhere to put them.
you know,
I'm gonna park up right
why
against the
can't we
bay.
do this here? Because that's a graveyard. What's so big about the graveyard? Well, I
like
like going all the way down.
Yeah,
to the bottom.
it sinks. The ground's exactly.
Here's one. We all know
thought
that
we'd do graveyard.
prices are going up, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much across the board. Everybody's they gotta do something. It's not just pricing that keeps players from coming or gets players coming. This is the largest event I've ever been to this time. The amount of players you have here, over 7, right? 750, right? 750 players came. Why? Why do you think 750 players came this time?
I would tell you out of that 750, because we had early bird tickets.
Mhm.
Boy, did Eastern shout out to the Empire. They got their tickets early bird, big time.
Okay.
The AO, and everybody in here knows, some people will go, doesn't matter who's producing the game.
Mhm.
That AO is fire. That's for all you youngins, okay? And so,
6, 7 times.
they were like, I don't care who's hosting, I'm going, okay? Even though it's somebody they don't like, okay? We got some guys that only go to the real mill sim, but yet they're coming here this weekend instead of going somewhere else, okay? That's fine, all right? Awesome. Buy in. Don't be a distraction.
Yep.
Okay? Buy in, you'll have more fun, all right? But there's a 35% of those 750 bought it because it's Guardians.
Okay.
The other 65%, okay, are dyed in the wool TCA Nation. Okay? They know what to expect from us, and now they know that we're pushing ever further into combat.
The camera suddenly decided to go all the way that way.
Sorry. What am I looking at?
Look at mother.
You shouldn't bend over yet.
I know. But they're coming because now there's mortars, now there's freaking drones, there's
the helicopter.
Right.
all those things. And now I've got folks that are like, "Hey Sal, how are you guys? Like, what are you going to let us do signature reduction?" There's somebody that's playing the game for real, and I'm like, "All right, man, thermal blankets, get a whoopee, put it in your poncho liner, get it off the vehicle, get it off the trooper, sniper screen, hanging it in the window." So they're trying to get more Mills to sim, more combat sim, more Sea of the Sim, because they want to survive. Okay. Could they do it at another Milsim producer? Sure. If it allowed for it. Okay.
So one of the cool things is that you're presenting ideas and the players are introducing them. What happened?
It moved again.
Oh, barely. It's okay. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. You're introducing ideas and players taking advantage versus you introducing ideas, you coming up with it, you introducing it, so you now have to charge more to the player. So your prices stay well. But I think I think I've been to a 600 player TCA event, but I think like 3s and 4s was what traditionally over the past couple of years. A lot of them have been somewhere around it. That's why it's impressive to me to see, and I wanted to bring it up. 750, and knowing what the cost of some other event producers and what's showing up some other event producers, things like that. You have a following, and it's not just the following. Like you said, 65 are diehard TCA. Okay, well, I don't think it's just 65 diehard TCA and 35 Guardian Center. I think there's a lot of these guys that are diehard TCA that are going, "Hey, you need to come to this one."
Oh yeah.
My whole team that's with me now, half of them
Never been here.
have never been to a Milsom before, and they came to, a couple of them came to Gladius. Gotta go back. I need to go play. Half of these guys were great.
I'm gonna jump on that afterwards because are you done?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Okay,
sweetie.
I love her.
Oh, here we go. Grandma's back.
Talk about yourself. No,
But one of the things that I'm gonna tack onto this too is that if players are spending that much, are they going to get what they've spent back? Because it's not just the cost of the ticket. Oh, well, they bought a $350 plate carrier. They can spend $280 on the ticket. No, it's also flights or gas. It's hotels and lodging. It's food. It's all of the expenses that come with it. So yes, it's an expensive hobby. There is no other way to get around that. So when you look at event producers, yeah,
But my wife, Lucy, if you're out there, I'll let you know it's still cheaper than paintball.
but but when you look at it through that lens, what are they actually getting back, right? Are they actually having the time that they pay for that they're expecting? And that's a big part of it. If they're coming to your events, do they have all of these things, all of these promises? And maybe not all of them are met all the time, but are the majority of them happening?
Right.
Or, is it oh wow, well, we showed up and man, I should have gone fishing. Like whatever.
Right.
So it's interesting to see how that dynamic is shifted because, and I'm not going to jive too far down the rabbit hole, but it would seem that some promoters seem to value their players more than others.
Right.
I want to jump right off of that because that is one of the big things. We go all over the place. We have a lot of different experiences with a lot of different mill sims, right? And besides, we're not talking about the small guys because we know you care so much about your players there.
Oh yeah.
But when it comes down to TCA, you get the value out of it, right? You're getting an experience at Guardians. We went to a particular one. We won't say which company or what it was, but we came here once, and it's like we don't want to go back unless it's a CCA event.
Fat Ninja. Talk about Fat Ninja. There he is.
So, hey, Jeremy, I was going to piggyback on Sisu, but Mark jumped in. But I'm going to talk about y'all in just a second.
Yeah. So the thing that comes down to it is like there's certain AOs that we won't go to unless TCA is doing it because of that value.
And there's something for everybody too. If you want to do,
We're not.
We're not worthy.
Really though, if you look at it this way,
Get
do
that
you
line.
want to do line company stuff? Do you want to be in a big platoon of dudes and work as this big element? Do you want to do specialty teams? Do you want to work with a small element of dudes to go do your other thing? There's something for everybody within the game structure.
Right.
So it's a pick your own adventure. It's not just, well, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do this all weekend. You know?
All the event producers at this table care so much about giving the experience to the player, which is the most important thing, I think, when it comes down to event production. It's like, look, we can get the best AOs on the face of the earth. If we don't give the players the experience,
Amen.
then you're not going to have
Now, here's the deal.
And
there's
a reason why I drove 11 and a half hours to come down here and doing it again to South Carolina or North Carolina in a couple months.
Right. So here's the deal. I can lead a horse to water, but I'm not going to suck on its ass to make it drink. Okay.
There's the news there.
All right, I'm a Texan. Sorry. Okay. So why I say that is I'm providing the opportunity. Okay. When the TCA crew shows up and we put on an event, we're providing the opportunity for the players to buy in and have a great experience. If they show up and go, I'm just here to hang out with my friends. Great, dude. There's 31 flavors of Airsoft. You like that flavor? That's great. Okay, but don't come back later and go, I paid all this money and I didn't play my 12 hours of Airsoft. I spent most of my time in the parking lot. That's TCA's fault. No, man, it's not. That's your fault. Okay.
Because we had to downsize the amount of events that we went to because of life. Some of us were buying some of us are buying a prison facility. Other ones are arguing with their mother. But the ultimate reality is like, what do we excise out?
Right.
Because we can only travel so much, and there's a lot of other teams that are out there doing it. So Third Coast, Lion Claw, New Breed, DEO, Players Wanted. We all try to strive to give that player the value to make it worth it to come to our games. As you're going to say, so let's go to
Hey, so first of all, so Jeremy, the guys at RAC, This is their first time coming. They have played multiple TCA events before.
What side are they on?
They are on 10.
Of
Oh,
course they are.
well,
They were
it's a target.
Oh, we're gonna kill them.
Another
So, but anyway, so Jeremy reached out to me. He's like, "Hey man, what's Guardian Center?" I'm like, dude,
Bucket list.
I'm like, it's amazing. He's like, well, we're really thinking about doing something special, and do you think it's worth it? Because it's a big ticket,
Yes.
but it's also an expensive AO.
Yes.
So I mean, it's not like they just decided to, hey, you know what? Let's just charge an extra $100 for no reason.
Yeah.
So then Jeremy's like, hey, what would a tier 1 be like there? And here's another
How about a helicopter? Can we get a helicopter?
Jeremy and his guys have come to GTI with TCA multiple times, gone down to Milledgeville, which is no longer available, but none of the guys have ever done a tier 1. So I just want to talk, and I'm not TCA, but I am. This will probably be my 24th, 25th tier 1 this coming Friday night. And you mentioned it earlier, Jason Hayes and SEAL team. So if you've seen a SEAL team and how they walk into the thing and drop their cell phone and get brief, the tier 1 is the closest you'll ever get to that, with the one exception of having to drop your cell phone in a little thing outside.
We could do
the
that
room.
someday.
You hear your phones at the door.
They were like,
phone,
put it in. It would be great if you let me bring my cell phone in here so I can film all this.
So
Opposite,
for
opposite,
those
opposite.
TCA people who have been coming forever but have never tried a tier 1, well, it's too late this weekend.
Yeah, and it's sad because, man, when we had to restrict the number of tier 1s, we were burning ourselves up. Players were like, damn, you guys got to do more of these. But guys, I can't do a whole event that's a tier 1. Gladius was pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Oh, yeah.
I'll do another gladiator.
We haven't heard about
I'll
Dragear
give another
security.
shout out to Coach. That is by hands down the best tier 1 I've seen done by TCA.
Thank you. Special shout out to my mortar crew.
First fire on target.
That's right.
Yes.
We nailed it.
This is going to be a little self-serving, but you guys do this really well. You very well as well. You guys picking leadership for each side, not just random trying to keep leadership in place because some people come to play for that leadership. Some guys come because they want to be there. When Justin had to take over, Beowulf had to take over, and I took over Chaos. The greeting I got, and then the return. Guys, oh, I was in, I'm in. I'm like, wait, what now?
Yeah.
You know, and the encouragement I got from you, and encouragement I got from you for Thunderdome was fantastic. It felt great, and to see guys want to come because of that, you recognize the talent. Okay, let's get this. Let's move these guys in because it makes the game better. It's not just you running the game; you're giving it to someone and letting them grow through it and do all of that. Like I said, it's a little self-serving, but that should be recognized as well. You're recognizing the people that are out there that want to put that effort in.
Hold on a second. He allowed somebody to be inside of leadership on the other side that's in charge of VIX now. I don't think that was a smart idea at all.
So
I think you get tricked into it.
what I love so much is the imitation, and not so much the imitation. We talk about the sport, but hey, if we're an example, that's what it was. The goal was be an example. And so when someone says, "Hey, I copied your rule set. I hope you're okay with that." Yeah, I misspelled example down here, and I put good apples are green. And he goes, I didn't copy that in my website. Oh yeah, I did. It's okay, man. We did that on purpose because we just wanted to see how it was a game thing. Godfather wanted to see how far it went out there. It's like staff officers, that spreadsheet column ZZ. There's a product out there saying Major Unique is the best, and it's been there for like 40 years. It's like digitally 40 years. And I look at it and go, imitation's a purest form of flattery, but it's an example.
Mhm.
And because we're players, we want to come play at your event. We want to play at your event. I always give you credit for Overwatch, okay? Because you were on that staff, okay? And you were making it happen. And so, we want to come play at your line claws. We all know all the line claws are different. It depends on who's the chief of staff
Right.
because that's what makes that event. Thunderdome, you had 6 installments. I'm pissed that I missed one. Okay, but he was there for all 6.
Yeah.
And they were fun. They were fun. And it's a matter of you guys are all taking on the bits and best pieces of us, and we beat ourselves up immensely. Bubba got to see behind the curtain, at Gladius, and it's like, you guys are doing a great job. And I'm like, yeah, man, we're gonna go self-flagellate because
Beat ourselves down.
it's a different registration. It's a different ticket. You don't want to buy it. So, but
It's tier 2.
it's
Yeah.
there's a secret website. But
It's like when you're your own worst critic.
yes, and
yeah.
but you have to be. And what separates us from other event producers that have been around, pretty long? It's I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's we care about you guys having the best experience because we want to have it when we're at y'all's location.
Mhm.
Support your local field. We don't do this all the time.
Yeah.
Go support your local fields. Go watch the Rats. Go have fun. Go play up in New England the existing fields because they're fleeting. They're going away.
Hey,
We lost-
hey, easy
I
on
know,
that, okay?
but listen.
You're in the South.
There are 6 fields that have shut down in the last 6 months. That's something that we have to identify and be like, hey, we need to promote the sport. We need to get stuff out there. Now, there's a couple of fields that are going to be opening up that are going to offset that, but the reality that comes down the
Yeah.
line is that we have to keep promoting the sport in a positive way. So when one company tears out another one, it's why you are seeing there's like some moves on my show, your show, your show, that we don't talk down about other companies. Now, we might report on something that came out
Right.
that might be really Airsoft news that needs to be discussed. But on a whole, we try to keep it all positive. Like somebody sent me something to review and it was absolute crap. I'm not putting that review up.
Right.
And it's like somebody else can give you a negative review. I'll at least tell you privately, here's what I have wrong with it, but I don't need to bring the negativity into sport.
Well, that's how you grow.
Mark has matured over the years.
He has, yeah.
100%.
It all started with
That's right. That's a dollar theater. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hold on.
Dollar
Hold on.
theater.
So when you get, and Sal has said this so much, you can't do dollar theater when you're an event producer.
Right.
Because what happens is you start going through. So like there's definitely been some stuff that happened at some recent games where it's like, hey, take a look at this video real quick. Who is in the wrong? And I'm one of the ones that will accept responsibility for what I've done wrong. Right? Like maybe getting lippy with another player because I was being accused of something I didn't do. But that's just,
You got excited?
oh fuck yeah, I did.
Stop it.
What are you gonna say, Bubba?
So Bubba's been quiet, hasn't he?
Been waiting.
I'm a thinker. So so you're talking about collaboration, growth, integration,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And this is the test. You have 5 event producers sitting in one space, coming together. And that culture, that's what that is. It's not just community, it's culture. My saying for that all the time is you inherit the culture that you allow, right? And when you uphold those, or you put out those expectations, and you expect players to get after it and have that buy-in, right? Buying everything together. Think I got you. That you're having that culture that expands the sport, the hobby, whichever part that you live on here, and it makes it better for the community to grow.
And so the
This wouldn't have been thought about.
the piece I have is when Third Coast first started, and we were a series of chapters. Our goal was to hold people accountable and keep like, oh, hey man, you can't play here. What? Yeah, we don't want you here. Why? You can't follow the rules. You're calling ahead 5. And sooner or later, he was like, I can't play anywhere. I guess I'll just learn to call my hit. Good, Yogi. Okay. And so we were known for that. And so when we went and decided to turn it into a business in 15, and step away from being an offer me some benefit. Guys were like, so all the guys that have been kicked out of band, you're gonna let them back in, right? As long as they buy a ticket. No, guy, no, they're still gone. And there's still people in it. We got guys on our staff who are like, well, so and so just reached out to me. He doesn't know what stolen valor is. He can go kick rocks. Okay. Or so and so still hasn't figured out they were wrong. They can go play somewhere else. And it's okay. And it burns them because you're holding them accountable. Okay. What do I say? If you're willing to cheat at Airsoft, what else do you cheat at in life? Okay.
Yeah. There's Jeremy, fantastic. I've had him on the stream. I love him. He's an amazing guy. Promoting his field, working with Wiener. I used to do Wiener safety briefs. Working with all of you guys, doing all that. Absolutely, it's culture, it's community. That is how we grow. That's how we grow in the right direction, at least. I mean, it's easy to have a mob grow. It'll go nowhere and it'll be nothing, and it dies off and grows, dies off. And grows.
You start seeing weird things like kids taking airsoft guns to schools.
Yeah,
bad idea.
Yeah, very bad. Yeah.
But it takes longer for a good culture, good community to grow, but it's much stronger when it does. It definitely starts at the core level. Guys like Jeremy, myself, local fields, raising them right, doing it the right way, not just letting it be a free for all.
Yep.
That way, when they do show up, and they know what a chrono is. Look at that. That's crazy.
They didn't do the beer can chrono. The BB goes through it. It's shooting a little high.
Yeah, they and I have found when my guys go somewhere now, most places they go, if they're wearing a DEO patch, people know they play it. They don't worry so much about them because they've been raised right. That I want to see that continue to grow. That's why I like doing this. Why I love working with you, talking with you offline. Just all the time.
BB Fest. We're gonna do it. It's
gonna happen. By the way, anybody has an idea for a proper name for the East Coast version of
Airsoft Con?
Airsoft, some sort of
6 millimeter con, whatever you want to call it.
Let's call it because it's not and doesn't have DEO in it because it's not we're hosting it. It's going to be at the location, but it's not a cash grab for me. It's not that. One of the first people I invited was actually Sam from Airsoft Junkies. Which people blows their mind. They're like, "What? He's another store." Yeah, there's a bunch of us out there. It doesn't matter. Get everybody there so everybody can meet, greet, see what it's all about, and go, "Oh, you mean I don't have to pick a side? I can actually be with every." Yeah, of course. Where do you think I get my grenades from? You have to be a part of the community.
Surprise! The industry's very inbred.
Best patch barrel on the market today.
Fine. Number one patch barrel, 5 years running worldwide.
Yeah.
If you
Use
want a better patch barrel anywhere, I'll buy it for you. Haven't bought
use
one in
the
5
Denmark
years,
well.
and it is a fully lifetime warranty. Anyway,
To start wrapping this up, because we've been at this for a while.
Yeah.
It's almost like one of my
it is.
Good gosh, yeah, 2
Oh, we got another hour.
2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I proposed this to Greg, and I think it's
That's my
something we should probably do is like, what is that one Airsoft AO that is on your bucket list that you must do? And we're going to start.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Christopher raised his hand. I got
Yeah, get Christopher first.
I have never been to this one, but all my teammates rave about Camp Shelby.
Wait. Does it have to be one that exists?
Oh, you talk about playing at Disney World? Or the cruise ship?
Yeah,
Cruise ship, Disney World?
Stealthy Taco, Prairie Fire. Dude, I love you.
Yeah, man.
Prairie Fire is coming back. We're gonna do it. We just gotta find.
Hold on, it's not him,
We
sir.
do it East Coast.
That's what I do.
It's like
Kids involved.
Yeah.
That's what my company
No,
does.
it's fine. My
I'm
man,
I'm giving you time to develop the
He's
answer.
got it. I can tell it's in his face, but he said Camp Shelby.
But Camp Shelby, that I would which right now is a no go.
Yep.
As of
Right now.
as of 9:09 p.m. on 2.
As people start emailing range.
February.
Sorry,
Never happening now.
but that would be where I would love to go play.
Okay. Any particular
As
reason
long
why?
as PCA
Oh,
was the promoter.
Any particular reason why?
Word of mouth.
Okay.
From people that have been there that it is the shiznit.
yeah, it is a.
later. I was there with a
Get some
broken leg too.
DEO.
I had to sit and watch.
All right.
Do it again.
I didn't touch nothing. I think
Kevin Southstick have joined. Add to the
That's another
stream.
hour.
Oh, that is. I guess
Another hour, yeah.
That's right.
All right. What's your favorite? What's your?
Bucket list.
It doesn't matter if it's even an existing
Bucket list
DEO.
location.
I got
Okay.
one.
I don't even know what the damn place is called, but the Star Wars Galaxy place, freaking
Like Buena Vista?
Oh yeah. Disney.
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge, Disney World.
Oh, we're doing that.
That would be, that's, Jeff, that's for you. That would be so epic.
Yeah, it would.
Throw down near the Millennium Falcon, man. Like, oh yeah, yeah. That's all right.
Ted,
I didn't know we were going there. Okay.
I said any place.
Any
I
place.
never
place, huh?
did it. It's like a Camp Shelby, but the Mountain Center at Fort Knox, Kentucky is
Sussman.
Sussman for the special effects.
Yes.
It is amazing. Will we ever get in there to use it?
Nope. John Lou, if you're watching this, work your magic,
Where's your
sir.
magic, sir?
Sussman.
But yeah,
I will help Chris Bird, Chief of Staff.
Yeah, I mean everybody brags
do
about
great.
Shelby.
We'll do great.
and how
We'll do
epic
great.
it is, but Sussman is I would put it one notch above Shelby.
So this jerk stole my thunder.
Okay.
Which jerk specifically?
That one right there, right between, right in the middle. Because Walt Disney World.
Yep.
I want to go through. Like we were in.
Just say Epcot, dude.
No.
No, Magic Kingdom.
Fire was
Yeah.
A bunch of dudes in
All of
jackets
them.
with gear on the
Going through
teacups.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
you know,
Right?
no, Epic is
That's Universal, yeah.
No, but seriously, hands down, going through. Can you just imagine, especially if they had Mickey and like Pluto and all that, and just plug in their head? just
You.
just
You in costume.
it's all after boom.
Oh, yeah.
It would be the most awesomest place I can ever think of.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Bigger underground than it is above.
Yeah, I was-
I mean, I got to pick the character.
But the tunnels. The tunnels. It's one of those places that can. Epcot will be a close second, but just flat out.
First, we're in Mexico, then we're in
Hey,
Norway.
Now I want to
Some
see
of us
this.
might have jumped off the rides at Epcot.
The Palm Brokers meme, and the best I can do is Dollywood.
Hey man, there is what is it?
She's national
I was there
treasure.
not too long ago. Hollywood.
Wizard of Oz land.
Oh yeah.
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly. In the UK, there's an area that's played. It looks like just a giant city.
So like when
100%. 100%. I'd love to play there. Yeah, let's do it. It's
Road trip.
like snipe from the attic.
Is that the same as Burgette?
No,
No, that's
No,
Sweden.
that's
you
Sweden.
jump.
But forget if I was a vehicle owner overseas. Oh my god.
Yeah, one of the first airsoft videos I ever saw was there's like a 48-hour. Yeah, they play over miles and miles and miles. Like it's like a mile to hike to your CP type thing, and it's just a nonstop game. And I'm like, holy crap! And then I saw them playing in this what looked like a city, just like that.
talking about.
Yeah, the Danes, yeah.
100%. I would. That's where I want to go because the realism of being in a city that large. You know, I didn't know we were going real world and could do anything. Because now, I was in Vegas this weekend. I'm just saying, we can do some damage, in Vegas, baby.
Very good.
But
Yeah. Oh, the way the hotels are all connected.
Usually Shot Show set up.
Oh, yeah.
They're all Shot Show movies.
I'll go the nostalgic route, right? I was thinking 2006 as well, just the special effects and having it all wired up, being able to play that back and just sort of metal stuff. Incredible for the players. But my nostalgic side, because I never got to do it. I never got to go to Oppenheimer.
Oh, yeah.
I never got to go to Fort Drum.
Fort Drum.
I've been all over Fort Hood. I've been
Yep.
to stuff, but I've seen all these centers. I've never made it to Fort Drum.
From New York.
Yeah.
I know. You go there to serve.
We can go in June. It's okay.
Still cold.
Midsummer, just to warm up. Anywhere, any time else, just sit down and do nothing.
See, so you're safe. on
That's
that.
just weird.
I say that.
Centrilla
Oh, God.
from Geezer. Yeah, Centrilla.
Was
I went-
it the hill?
that place,
Unfortunately, most
most of the buildings are gone in Centrilla. There's only like 4 or 5 houses left or something like that because a lot of them gone down. But Centrilla is a creepy ass place. So
I want to go to bed.
Forget.
I want to go so bad.
That's my bucket list.
Well, I've got, I've done Airsoft in the UK a little bit. And I've had, some of my Swedish friends come over and they've gone and done some of the events over here in the States.
Right, Jeremy.
And I want to go play with them in their own home turf because they play completely different than Americans. It is so fun to play with the Swedes. And of course, like everybody else goes up to this game. So there's this big culmination of all of these different, types of players. It's just like, that's really exciting.
how many people have played overseas, like in Europe? It looks like you have to get like
Whatever.
You want people to go?
I got to play in the Philippines, and it was very different.
I said in Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
I started with over.
Yeah.
So talking about Bergette, one of our teammates went and played, and still, years ago, and still can't stop talking about it. But for those who don't know about it, it is a week-long event, and you're going in and out of some different countries, or it's a huge anyway.
Yeah.
But he's like, and you're partying with.
Oh yeah, so it's
crazy.
almost there's players that are portraying themselves as police. There's all these other factions. There's vehicles, there's tanks. Like it is wild.
It sounds like an airsoft road trip.
We're going on an adventure.
Wiener.
What was
You had all this time.
You brought up Europe, you brought up Europe and stuff like that too. Well, this is my bucket list was here, and I still love coming and playing here. So this was it. But I was thinking, there's two places: Gaylord Palms in Orlando, the big hotel facility where they do the ice capade and all that stuff there. Now, every time I go there for the ice show, I usually go with the girlfriend, their grandkids, or whatever it is, or my grandkids go. But just walking through because the way it's spread out, and it's multi-level, and there's all kinds of points of access. So you're not like spawn camped in a stairwell or something like that. So
Honorable
that was
mention, Sugar Gordon. Ooh. Louisiana. You had to be in the wintertime.
Copperhead for me. We're actually trying to get like a caravan going.
Copperhead's
Haven't played it yet, but I keep hearing about it.
They're for training and for airsoft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot of footwork.
Yeah.
we're ready for it.
It's
We were
not-
talking about like there's like 3 or 4 teams that we're all talking about going, trying to find a way to just caravan there. Like 2 guys driving 2 different vehicles in teams, bringing everything down. The rest of us
I
fly.
will not go back to West Texas. I'm sorry.
Gotta be mad about it.
Gotta be mad.
I want to do Starburst again. I want to fly out the Starburst.
Hey, there are quite a,
You and I
Yeah, we
played.
did,
quite
yeah.
a few folks that have it on their
That was my first travel with Starburst.
That was fun.
When it comes down to this, I think this roundtable was absolutely fantastic.
It was.
And I want to thank every single one of you.
Yep.
I want to thank Greg for hosting it and
Yep.
putting us all together and
My
doing
pleasure.
this. So I want to thank you for bringing us all here
Thank you,
and
sir.
doing some awesome stuff, man.
Yep.
It's
This is phenomenal.
don't thank me, thank the players, man.
This is 2 hours.
Look, all right, stop being Mr. Humble. This right here is a legitimate thing to thank you, because without you being in my life, I think I only would be interacted with maybe 3 people at this table.
As long as you blame, as long as you hold me in high esteem in your successes and failures, I'll be okay.
There you go.
But it's everybody. This was fantastic. I
Yeah.
want to do it again.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I'm sure we could go for another hour, but I can see everybody like this, people falling asleep in the back there.
The ladder's about to
Wait,
explode.
I'd like to add one little thing. So piggybacking on what Bubba said earlier about the 5 different promoters being here, and first of all, like if we were here just for the event, there's no way this would be happening because we would be too busy.
Right.
doing
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But the
man.
fact that you've got 4 other promoters here helping you because you reached out and said, "Hey, we've got this opportunity to help Guardian Center. Can y'all come out Wednesday morning?" And the fact that we're here helping, he's a friend,
Right.
I mean, how many other promoters call us up and say, "Hey, we need you to take off work for a week and come down"? And it's like, who is this again?
Yeah.
Like half of the staff is here, right?
Mhm.
So you had to. So half.
We and we
So,
we didn't
Wiener-
close, but we almost closed.
No, Wiener is technically getting paid for this, right?
I'm getting paid to be. Yeah, my
So
boss let me.
he's a
Yeah.
lucky one.
Yeah.
But I had to make
What I did.
at the prison, make sure somebody was up there because we have people that are already trying to sneak onto the property because they saw over there, but they already got busted. So it's like, and then I came 11, 12 hours down here because you said you needed bodies. I was like, all right. I wrangled my child that's camera shy, and she's like, okay, I'll do it. You know.
I'm still wondering why I'm saying
Keep going, you're out.
But all of us, I mean, when the call goes out, we have such a strong connection. Like Christopher, how many times have you called and said, "Hey, I need some assistance"? And then Wiener and I ran your chrono for how many times?
Yeah.
You know? It's
We'll do it again too.
and whenever we come to an event, we go to Sal, and he always says, "No, but is there anything we can do?" No. Wait, you're one. Wait, go from go.
Yeah.
You
We're sitting there. I
gotta
need you, you, and you. Border team.
I don't get calls from you guys when your guns are broke.
No, actually, I called to tell you. Are you coming up to my?
I'm a horrible text. No one calls.
Now we got 2 new people that we can like bug for shit.
Yeah, this is.
Because now the proper introduction has been made.
Yes,
Yep.
they're
Thank you guys very much for this. Thank you for the past 8 years, 9
Yeah,
years.
it's only going to get better.
Yeah,
It's only
I'm
gonna be
I'm looking forward, and we're bringing more and more and more people into it, more and more people together. So thank you.
In
Thank you,
chat,
thank you, thank you.
maybe if we get like what 1,000 likes, we force them to do it again at the next event.
1,000? I don't think I've ever gotten 1,000 like
We'll
that.
do the, tell you what, we'll do the next one probably at BB Fest or BB Con.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
It's way too
hey,
long
wait.
for all of us to be here. Like there's 3 fucking assholes that are on the chat inside this room. You should be saying yes. We can do that.
Way too long.
Hold on,
It
here we
might
go.
be 3 months out.
Could be.
No, there are 3 events next month. Yes, son of a bitch.
Um,
No.
Greg, is this
Yeah.
also besides your staff the first live audience?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
look, Jack.
Greg and Mark.
And,
It's the first time
It's
that
first
you have a
time.
live audience.
yeah.
First time live audience.
Stop
Apologize for
family
any
and
technical
dogs.
Actually, no,
issues we had.
technically, it's not for us because we were doing it. Huh? No, we're not muted. They can hear us. No, no, the mute's here. Our systems are muted, so we don't hear the sound.
Yeah.
Let's back up. Yeah.
That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
It would be
2 hours worth. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
the signal's going on.
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah. 2 hours worth of talk is gone.
No, it's
Look at these idiots.
Yeah.
I've been reading the captions. It's all
We just see mouths moving. Nobody's saying anything.
All right. So
Can
Before you go.
imagine bad lips?
What do you got?
Get a hold of it.
60-second close.
Yeah. Before we go here, Papa here has a special position tomorrow in the film and stuff like that. So
it's like talk about it.
we're not talking about it. We're not talking about, but there's something we have to give him that we got tonight for him or his special position that he has tomorrow. So I'm gonna present this to you right now.
oh.
With the hanger. This is very
It is.
unsettled,
The
very
funny is, I think it's my size too. It actually, I think it will fit. I mean, it'd be a little belly shirt maybe, but it'll be all right.
Oh my god.
It is. So I will. It is an XL. It's a 14-16, which means it will fit. By the way, so
It'll be tight.
it'll be tight. But I've lost a little bit of weight. So it'll be okay.
bears were farmed in the manufacturing of that.
Does this mean we get to see
Thank
your
you.
tramp stamp when you
Absolutely. Yep. The bottom of it says CRISPR, just so you know.
We call a rocker.
If you can thank some of the others who are here.
60 seconds. Close it out.
I just want to thank y'all for being here. I'm honored with being here. Newbury Airsoft is honored with being here. And, we'll see y'all at the next one. This is gonna be an awesome event.
See you soon.
Hi. Goodbye.
She's
You said 60 seconds. We're going.
every person gets 60 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, it's like a
All right,
debate.
well, that's rules.
If
Right.
you need it, if you need it. go
That's
ahead.
right. There you go.
No, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm not done yet. Thank you for having me on. I know I'm not a business owner. I'm just somebody who's been around for a hot minute.
You're a
but-
pillar of the community.
That's right. Pillar of
Aw.
the community. Yep.
But no, really, thank you for inviting me. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks to all of you for taking part in building this community and making this a place that people want to continue to come back and spend their time, spend their effort, and really build these core friendships.
Oh, God, I went to pass it on over. Sorry, I guess I'm. Thank you guys for joining us. Absolutely. This is amazing for me. You know about the bonds that it's created for me and my son. I've watched it create for other family members, people coming together as family. I hope we get a chance to keep on doing this here, and add other people to the round table as we move forward. So thank you guys for being here.
I love all the opportunities that have been given to everybody here, but that's been shown onto us and everything else. Like I made the biggest decision I ever did in my life. Come Jan 1, I took over the Crescent Prison and Sanatorium. Our first game is March 20th, Scorched Earth 3. And then from there, we have 5 other games that are coming out. Third Coast will be there and everything. I never thought at the start of my career in Airsoft, I'm just gonna play games. Right? When are you gonna run events? I'm not gonna run events. I'm running events. When are you gonna motivate? I'm never. That backfired. But here we are. I want to but it's an honor that's been bestowed on us, and we're so close on our end to hit 100K, which is like my next milestone, 100K on YouTube. We're so close, we're almost there. But it's all that the trust that's been put into me by TCA, Dead End, New Breed. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to do all this with you all. I'm sorry.
60 seconds.
And screw you all for typecasting me.
No, big shout out to the players because, like, you know, as I was saying earlier, we're very humble individuals, but we wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the players, which we're all players. So, I mean, deep down inside, yeah, I'm not thinking myself. But no, the player base is the reason why we do what we do. And I would say over the course of the last 7 years, I've seen more of this than I have of this. Can I do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I've seen more people wrapping their arms around each other, which, you know, if you're not, you might be alive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the community has grown so much. It's become more, not more necessarily of a fuck you community, of more of a, hey, let's look at this guy. So, thank you to the player for bringing this community around and not being more, less negative, lifting people up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Spouses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, great transition. First and foremost, thank you to all of you that said prayers for my wife. The power of prayer works. I'm doing much better. You measure your wealth by the value and the love of your friends. So thank you. This here shows the power of combinations. To quote a general officer, which will remain nameless, the combination of players, sponsors, vendors, producers, because if it wasn't for the players, the other ones wouldn't exist. And so, huge thank you to the player base. I keep saying it, we have the best players in the airsoft industry.
Yep, absolutely. You guys.
So with that,
Need the cheer.
I am more excited about what's around the corner in terms of all the tech and all the evolution that we're pushing. Yeah. And so, you know, this Airsoft SHOT Show that's coming in July. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it, July.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited for because it's going to open the doors up and show people what our sport is.
Yes. Yep.
Anybody that says it's not, they were that nerdy kid in high school that still hasn't learned to play anything that breaks a sweat. Sorry.
Yep. No.
So, anyways, hey, it's gonna be a great weekend. I look forward to doing this again. Thank you for having me out here. And dude, on you.
So I think I've talked too much tonight, but I do want to say I'm extremely thankful for my PCA family, the rest of my family here at this table, the players, and thank y'all for letting us do this and have fun.
Thank you, sir, for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Do my final sign off.
Which
Let's
well,
give
you
the
can
players
do-
a round of applause.
Yep, there.
Thank you guys.
Players,
Thank you guys.
Joe, everybody watching the
You
video?
do whatever you want on yours, right? Can't you?
No, I have to say it out loud.
Well, and then you close out yours.
I know I
close out
can't do
mine.
that. I don't have the. You have all the controls.
So I don't have to let you do anything.
I'll
I
do
can
it.
just do what
I
I
guess
want.
we can just walk off the stage.
See ya, we're out.
Fly through it. So we call your hits.
Would you like it? There you go, sir. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Until next time.